Let me see. Uh, I don't know what the fuck's going on. So yeah, well, we're still very sad about Alpha. That was supposed to be the Sid video, but we're having all kinds of fun here, Minders. Uh,
Oh, we are. We're having all sorts of fun.
if you thought our usual technical difficulties were something, we really just taken it to a whole other plateau today.
Past
I
half
don't.
hour has been miserable.
It's been both of us. It's not just me.
Uh-huh.
Oh my goodness.
'Cause everybody's gonna have a heyday with this because we've been so
Especially
excited about this. I know. I
you.
know.
You know what I'm thinking.
I know what you're thinking.
That's.
You're gonna catch so much crap. I thought about
Hmm.
messaging him and saying, "Hey, we're on now."
Hey Rebecca, what'd you do to your feed?
Yeah, exactly. You know it's gonna happen.
I know. All
Hey,
right.
I got
Well,
a
anyway.
question though. Let's
Oh, go
start
ahead.
things off with a good thing.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna see if it's gonna work because I really want to know if this is gonna work. Why don't you play? Do you have a video on there that has Mr. Kid Riot?
That's the thing. I don't have them all. I don't have them. I was trying to load them up on the computer and it wasn't working. And this is not the time, Noodles. Uh,
All right, so how can we figure out how to do this?
can you play the video on your phone on the screen? Because you kind of gave me the iggy on this.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then never mind. We'll wait. We'll show all your birthday wishes that I got for you tomorrow. Hopefully.
This is not good. No, if you thought it was bad when I have the computer, I'm doing this on the iPad right now, and she is not helpful. Noodles. Excuse me.
Okay, Casey. Sure, why not? We're both broke, so sorry about that. Don't. And now we have a and Noodles is on, which is kind of
Uh-huh.
fitting if we could have got the video to
You can
play
you can
because
see her primordial pouch. All right, hang on.
all right.
Before you do anything, I'm gonna try. I think I'm gonna see if I can get this to work. I need you to move. Seriously, I need to see. I know you're very cute, but this is not the time. Daisy.
This is like the perfect start to your birthday weekend or your birthday
Oh,
week. I'm just gonna
it
say.
it really is.
And there's Papa Cooper.
Of course he is.
Taking out the sponsor funds. What sponsor funds, Casey? Love the idea. Help us out, kid.
Uh-huh. Oh my goodness.
So what are you trying to do? What are you
Well,
trying to make happen?
I was hoping I could get the video the the broadcast on the computer, and that would fly over onto the iPad, but that doesn't seem to have happened.
Okay. Well, then let's not worry about it. Let's just go with what
Actually,
we've
you know what?
got.
Hang on. I'm gonna try something. Just
Oh boy. Everybody bear with us because this is going to be a interesting podcasting tonight.
yeah, it's a lot of trial and error on this one. All right, so it's on the
Or should I just
computer.
message our guest and tell him, hey, come on, hurry up, get in here. We need help.
All right. Well, I'm gonna try this. Cross your
Okay.
fingers.
A very special happy birthday to my third favorite Jumping the Rail podcast host. Just to be clear, it goes your cat, and then Pain Train, but then you. But seriously, have a lovely birthday. I hope it's a great day. Watch some awesome ECW. Get that good nostalgia vibes from that nasty bingo hall that we all love. And I hope your day is amazing. Happy birthday, buddy.
Well, okay. So I think we got to figure it out. Number one, thank you, Kid Riot, for that. That's very nice. I appreciate it. Gotta prepare for this comment.
I knew it was coming. We all knew it was coming.
We've had like I said, we've had problems on this show before, but this is the mother of all issues today.
I really thought we were going to get a replay of when we was with the grappler. I really thought the headphones was going to go flying.
Okay, these are wireless, so they could if I wanted to, but they're also they're very good headphones, and they never give me any problems, and they're not the problem right now.
No.
So if anything was going to go fly, it'd be the microphone. But
I was going to say microphone might, and that might put a hole in the wall.
It may, or at least crack a picture. Then I'd have to hear about it from the wife. So
okay, we are still on for 6:30 with our guests. So let's get through Good Hoot, Good Judy. We're gonna skip. We're gonna skip. Who are you? For now.
Okay, we'll skip it for now. I mean, I do have one, but we'll if we have time after the interview's done, then we'll do the later.
Yeah, because we got to get all your birthday wishes in, because I worked really hard to get you birthday wishes.
Yeah, I really appreciate that, Minderz. I do. So
I can't wait to see all the ones for tomorrow.
Oh. Oh yeah, you got more for tomorrow, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. All right. Well, let's go. We'll start with the good hoot here. I'm gonna let you go first, Minderz.
Well, I went with my good hoot of the week. I went with Randy Orton. And after you told me who yours was, I was pissed that I didn't think of that one beforehand. But yeah, Randy Orton, the promo last night, he didn't even need Gunther in the ring, and he still got his point across. So yep. I'm down for it. I like it. I'm here for it.
I'm down with it. I mean, we got to talk a little bit Bash of Berlin at some point, probably this evening.
At some point, if we can.
The good thing about talking about WWE pay-per-views as opposed to AEW is you only got like 5 or 6 matches we got to get into.
Right. Instead of, the 9 or 12 or however many there was for AEW.
What was it, 11 or 12 on Sunday?
I don't know. I didn't watch the pre-show.
I didn't either.
I didn't watch the pre-show.
I just didn't have time.
And you're lucky I finished up watching that triple threat tag team match. Because the remote belt got thrown against the wall.
Oh my goodness. AJ's chiming in. Good hoot of the week has to be Swerve. He had a solid run with the AEW title, and I followed him for a while, so it was good to see him as world champion. That would be Killshot, if I remember right.
Yes. I'm so proud of you.
I know next to nothing about Lucha Underground, but I'm trying to learn from the gang here.
We're trying to teach him.
Yeah. My good hoot is somebody I'm going to AEW here.
I know you are, and I have something to help you with it.
But it's somebody I didn't think I would ever mention again in a wrestling parlance, Minderz, but he showed up in the gauntlet. Nigel McGuinness is my good hoot of the week, because not only did he make an appearance, get his Wembley pop, good Lord, did he look good in that match. There you go. Got the iron. But Minderz, how good was Nigel in that gauntlet match?
He was so good. Like
it looked like he didn't miss a step.
Not at all. And I thought he was really good in that. I was so excited to see him, especially when I missed the first half because I fell asleep. and I didn't
Of the
start
gauntlet or
watching
the show?
the show. I started at the gauntlet match, which was probably a good idea, or I probably wouldn't have made it through the whole damn thing. So, yeah. All right, let's move on because we got to make this a little faster. We got 10 minutes till our guest is here,
All
and
right,
that's what
Minderz.
really everybody wants to hear. They don't want to hear us.
That's what I hear. I don't know this guy as well as you do, so I'm curious.
I'm
I think
so excited.
you're gonna be carrying this interview, Minderz, because you know him
All
better than I
right,
do.
all right.
All
Well,
right.
that works because my headphone works. Yours doesn't work that great.
That's all right. All right. So let's talk good Judy's here, Minderz, and I will let you go first again.
Crap, who did I put? Hold on. Let me check who I put. Oh, yeah, Mariah May. That was who I went with.
Oh yes.
Because how
The
else do you
new
slap your mom in the face and still get over at a wrestling show? I mean, come on.
not cool. Not cool, Papa Cooper.
I love it. Oh, this is what I was looking for.
I'm
too.
used to taking this kind of shit on the shootout, but
From his son.
yeah, well, both of them.
Yeah, I figured AJ would have his good Judy being Jamie Hayter. I didn't get to watch that match.
Why didn't they do that on the main show?
I don't know.
And why are they wasting Jamie on Soraya?
Again, I don't. Wait, one answer. Tony Khan. Exactly. That's the only answer I have for that.
Because wouldn't it make a lot more sense for Jamie to help Britt in the match with Mercedes since she had Camille out there?
That's what I thought. In fact, I didn't even know Jamie had already been on like the pre-show.
I saw a spoiler on Facebook, but
well, I didn't know.
Why the pre-show?
Well, that was my thing. I was like, I kept waiting for her to show up for Britt's match. So I don't get it. Whatever. We'll talk about all that here in a minute. AJ's probably right. Soraya needs her moment in front of her hometown.
Yeah, okay.
Could have been worse. She could have won against Tony and won the title back.
That's true. With no build and no heat.
Yeah, with nothing. I mean, that's what next week's All Out. Yeah, that's what All Out's gonna be.
A week from Sunday, I want to say.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. Well, my good Judy Minderz, I went back to GCW for this one because I saw the Mother of Lady Hospites on Saturday night. Well, I watched it on Sunday morning, but it was on Saturday.
Yeah.
So there was Vipers, who's not a lady hoss, she's smaller. But the other three ladies in the match, you have Sawyer Wreck, you got Jordan Grace, and then you got my good Judy, who actually won the match, and that is Ms. Megan Bain. There you see her.
Oh,
there.
wow. Okay.
And my takeaway from this match is I want to see Megan Bain and Jordan Grace one-on-one.
I'd be okay with it.
I got to have it.
You got to have it, so you're putting it out in the.
You're putting it out there in the universe.
In the universe to see if it happens.
I don't know if Brett Lauderdale watches this show, but if he does. Oh, by the way, I did make a. This might be the day if it does work. Oh, yep, darn right, the Megasis. I love that nickname. Mm-hmm. I did make an invitation, we'll say, Minderz, on the Twitter machine today from to one Mr. Tony Khan, because as you know, Dynamite's going to be in Urbana at the State Farm Center on
tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah. So I'm going to see if I can find, because I sure did send him an invite.
Did you ask him to come on the show so we could like yell at him?
If he came on, I would be civil. I want to be a good host. But
you've met me, right?
I've met you. I have you on a short leash.
I don't like that idea. I don't like that idea.
But this is the tweet that I sent out earlier. This is the official invitation to Tony Khan to join us tonight for but a few minutes on the Jumping the Rail podcast to talk about tomorrow's Dynamite. And
let me guess.
What?
We got no answer.
No answer. Well, I don't think. Let me double check. But I didn't hear anything. I didn't get any notifications on my phone.
You've had other things going on.
I had enough things to worry about.
We got 5 minutes. Get to your stooge.
Okay. Yeah. By the way. Yeah. No.
No
No
response.
notifications.
Of course
No
not.
response. All right. Our stooge is kind of a traditional, a traditional stooge. We'll
I
say.
feel like we go back and forth between two people.
Yeah. And it's not because of a match, but it's usual Jericho shenanigans. Spoiler alert, yeah, or stooge is indeed Mr. Learning Tree Chris Jericho.
Why did he
But
sing to the ring again? Why?
because he can. At least he wasn't as blown up as last time. But
Yeah, but he sounded
so
terrible.
so this popped up on the official Cult of Cornet Facebook page the other day, Minderz. Chris Jericho is taking credit for everyone being over in AEW. He has said without him, Mox wouldn't be Mox. He also took credit for Cody being Cody.
Oh, and the first comment, Jericho is quickly moving to Hogan level of douchery.
I was thinking the same thing. It's a four-way dance between Hogan, Flair, Rock, and Jericho for most full of carny crapola. I love the Cult of Cornet Facebook group.
It's great.
Like this
Hey,
one. Joe Galante, is Jericho just slowly becoming modern Hulk Hogan? The wrestling business wouldn't exist without him in his mind. To which Reggie Cameron says he's a lot of things. Modern day Hulk Hogan isn't one of them. Hulk was an actual draw, and there's an argument that he actually did make people.
yeah,
Which,
well,
it's true. I mean, opinions about Hogan notwithstanding, he did make a few people. Made Earthquake.
yeah, he
Tenta.
did. Tenta. Hey, do we have time for another one of your birthday things?
After we get Papa Pooper's asinine comments. I don't run a wrestling promotion. I don't sponsor it.
He doesn't quite glisten like an overcooked gas station hot dog like Hogan, though. Not yet, anyway.
Bravo. That's my bride.
That is your bride.
Yes.
Did you get my message? You just got it.
Well, I wasn't looking, but yeah, give me a second. I'll throw that up here.
All right. We got another birthday wish for you.
Yeah.
And probably by the time you play this one, we should hopefully have a guest. AJ said, but did Jericho ever wrestle 400 days in 1 year by flying over the international dateline, brother?
Well, he did travel in time. Remember when he was on that backcountry road in Florida? And
Yeah.
in the car for like 4 hours?
Yep. I did that a couple times when I was 21.
You know what? I said Stacy and you hosting a podcast would be highly entertaining.
You think so? I don't know.
All right. Well, here we go, Minderz.
All right.
Throw this up.
I'm here to declare that Mark Redman, a.k.a. the Rebster, Reberdino, Reberdub, he's the Rebber Ducky in your tub, Reb Dead Redemption, or as some would just say, Reb is a special guy. And not only is he a special guy who has an amazing knowledge of wrestling spanning all times. Not only is he a great person to be around with an amazing personality and a wonderful smile, and not only is he a fantastic podcast host, but a little Mindy told me that it's also your birthday. So I'm here to wish you a very happy birthday, Reb. I hope you have the best day ever, a fat, juicy steak on your plate with a nice big slice of cake to go behind it. Enjoy your day, Reb. Happy birthday, friend.
Okay, nobody's ever put me over like that before.
I like the rubber duck in your bathtub. I think that one was my
Rubber
favorite.
dub.
Yeah, rubber dub. I was like, oh my god. Oh, you
Plus
should have heard me. You should have heard me cackling as I got all these.
I'll bet. Plus, he did in a tuxedo, so he dressed for
I
it, too.
know. I know.
Jeremy Hamilton's a good people.
And Stacey Redmond, most people just bullshit their way through all of this. Look at Reb. You'd be great. Little does he know I'm the one that usually bullshits my way through it?
I wasn't going to say it.
I will.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. What a day. Well, this just seems fitting to how it would start off your birthday week. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't know. This may have to be how we do the shootout tomorrow too, if things don't
That's all right.
improve.
Well,
Maybe,
oh
if
crap.
that's the case, I'm doing it from my couch.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. Hey, you know what? If he's not, we don't have a guest yet.
Uh-huh.
Why don't you go ahead and put up, Clayton Clark sent you a message too.
Oh, Clayton. Okay, I like Clayton. Ah, there it is. Okay, there we go.
Howdy, this is the Sheriff of Shotgun City, the law himself, Clayton Clydesdale Clark. And I heard from my fellow citizens here at Shotgun City that it's your birthday. And I know you're a fellow Clark, Mark. So Clayton Clark just wanted to wish you a happy birthday, so have a happy birthday.
Wonder how long it took him to say Clark, Mark.
I know, that's a tongue twister.
That was, these are short. I didn't do it. Nobody sent me a really long one. How about Cobra? Throw in the king.
It's nice to get acknowledged by the king. That's for
Yep.
Sure. Just a second here. That'll be ready to go. Processing. As I can't do all these at once because I don't. Sometimes you run out of space. Okay.
Yo, what's good? Big Rob, it is the Elite Warrior Cobra, and I want to be one of the first to say happy birthday to one of the coolest dudes in the game. Hey, I wish you the best with your podcast and whatever future endeavors that you have. Today is your day. Enjoy it.
Are you going to correct him? Because I wasn't. And it was so funny when he said that. He's like, was that okay? I said, yeah, that's perfect, actually.
It's always good to hear from the king. That's for sure.
The other short one, let's go ahead and throw in Sam Knight.
Oh, shoot.
You are a popular person, I'm telling you.
It seems so. I didn't think I had this many people that like me.
Yeah,
up,
I
Papa
didn't
Cooper.
either. Well, we know he doesn't. That's beside the point.
There's like been some sort of begrudging respect out of Papa Cooper.
Maybe. I don't know.
All right. Here.
I hear somebody's got a birthday. Just wanted to take this time to wish you happy birthday, brother. It's been an honor knowing you, honor meeting you. So on behalf of the current, reigning, soon to be defending Signal 10 Diner Podcast champion, Thor in the Concept Night, I want to wish you a happy birthday, brother.
Well, that was very nice.
Christopher Cooper, just so we don't have to tell the Cobra he is wrong. It is Rob from now on.
That's gonna make some confusion in some of these wrestling shows we go to.
And I think we have one more left, which was probably no, we have two. Did the email one come through? Were you able to get it?
Yeah.
Okay, try the email one. Or do we have a guest? And we can save it for later. We do have a guest.
We have a guest.
Yay!
Right.
So
We'll save
joining
those
us
two for later here.
Okay. Joining us tonight is the 5'7" gift from heaven, aka the king of the card subject to change, Oliver Cain.
Can you guys hear me all right?
We sure can.
Okay.
It's better than what Reb was.
I had to download the app, do all this stuff.
I know it's a pain in the ass. Well, Reb's running from his iPad right now, so this is a lot of fun.
And then trying to find a spot in my house with all the family and the kids where it's quiet was a good time.
Yeah, good luck with that. So, first two questions we always ask. Who did you look up to as a wrestler when you were just a little kid? Which, by the way, happy belated birthday to you too, sir, because you just had a birthday.
Yeah, I'm old.
Not as old as us. But the second question is, how did you get into the business? And I think I have part answers, but I'm not sure.
Who I looked up to when I was little was the standard. Hulk Hogan, Macho Man. I remember WrestleMania 3 was like my... I remember crying because Macho Man lost to Ricky Steamboat at WrestleMania 3. I had my big LJN, and funny story about that is I told it on another podcast, but my brother, who was a cop in Tampa, was working backstage, and he said he was sitting next to Ricky Steamboat, and I texted him, oh yeah, blah blah blah. He showed Ricky Steamboat my text where he said that I cried when Ricky Steamboat beat Macho Man, so he basically just jobbed me out to Ricky Steamboat. Yeah, Macho Man and Hogan. I was born in '83, so I was right when it. And how I got into wrestling, the funny thing is Maroa, Forsyth, where I used to live, had a car show, and there's a guy working as a DJ on the car show named Mike Cooper, and my brother-in-law helped run the festival at that time, and he told me about it, so I called the number, and then I went to the old Eagles building in Mount Zion, Decatur area, which is now like a Chevrolet museum. And that's kind of how I started. Just saw a flyer. And the funny thing is I went through my old mini DV tapes and found like training back then. And I got them all, legacy boxed or whatever. So I have them all digital copies, and lighting's terrible, but it's got me when I'm like 135 pounds hitting the ropes and bumping terribly.
It happens. I actually went through and was looking at some of your old Facebook posts and things like that. I did not realize that you had wrestled Eddie Edwards. And I did not realize
got back from Japan. So that was
I was going to say, and I didn't realize you had wrestled Sami Zayn.
Yeah, I wrestled El Generico, and the funny thing is he did a dive and I caught him, and like, I don't know how. Are you guys pretty much, inside baseball on this?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we've got a pretty good idea.
We respect kayfabe, but we know what's going on.
Okay, so there are certain ways you're supposed to that you catch guys, or you should. A lot of guys won't dive on certain guys because they won't catch them. But like when I catch them, I posted him, and he was like, "Oh, thank you so much for protecting me," because he did a flip dive on me, and I caught him, make sure his head didn't hit the ground. Yeah, that was I remember that show. It was nice guys.
So I know you've been in a lot of promotions around. What have been some of your favorites? Because I know the first time I saw you, and this will show you how late I was to the game. First time I saw you was at UWC.
Okay.
In Homer.
Okay.
And 5'7" Gift from Heaven. We were the ones that were jamming out to your entrance music, yelling with you. You know my crew. We were the crew. We were the ones that caused problems.
Funny thing, story about your crew is one night I went to one of the drag shows in downtown Champaign, and because my cousins performed. My cousin and his boyfriend at the time, they're not together anymore, but whatever. But they were performing, and I'm just sitting there watching it. And it was after a Homer show, I believe, and I'm there with a girl, and one of your friends was like, Are you the 5'7" Gift from Heaven? So I'm getting like recognized at a drag show. So it was funny.
I'm gonna take a big guess and probably say it was AJ.
Yep.
Now the question was AJ in drag or not?
No.
Okay.
Not at that time.
Barry, AJ, you're getting a pop.
It's a small world about all that stuff.
It really is. But yeah, so who have been some of your, I mean, I went back, I watched some promos.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, actually I went back and watched the New Wrestling Revolution one right before when I found out you were AKA King of the Card Subject to Change.
It was just funny because like it happens a lot. You have card subject to change at the bottom, and it seemed like my match would always get changed last minute. And I'd cut a promo and send it in, and then 2 days later my match gets changed, so I cut another promo. So, but I mean, it is what it is. If you can't work on the fly or face somebody else, then I've been doing this for 20 some odd years. It's just like second nature.
Well, I knew you mentioned in that promo that the first time you'd wrestled Carrot, you both had hair.
Yeah.
So my question is, does that mean you were at New Breed?
We wrestled at New Breed a little bit. Okay. When I used to tag with my buddy Jason Light, Cliff Sears or Jason Light. We used to be the hybrids and we would tag. And that's kind of like when I first came in, guys our size, you had to basically be a tag team to get booked places because dudes were huge back then. You guys like Keith Walker, Ross K. Brown, like dudes were giants.
Reb,
So
did he mention a name you know?
I love me some Rossi Brown.
Yeah, like these kids nowadays don't know what it's like being in a battle royal with Keith Walker and Roski and trying to avoid getting chopped by them big dudes.
Oh boy, we've got it. Hey Reb, you want to read the question in the comments?
Let's have a. Oh, okay. John Redondo looks like new name here. I have 10 questions on my notebook. He says, first question: what was the worst match you ever saw live on an indie show or show that you wrestled on, and you thought it was a disaster or shit show? Seems like a loaded question.
And yes, you can cuss on this podcast. We have no problems with that.
It's hard to remember because, you know, I kind of, as bad as it sounds, I talk to my wife and I tell her I have like disassociation. So like it's like my brain defrags and memories just wipe, and there's nothing I can really think that sticks out. I mean, I'll tell you a funny story that something that I did was kind of like when I was first coming up, I once did a run-in to save somebody. And back in those days, everybody like turned every other show, you know, and this was a CCW in Terre Haute, Indiana. And I came in to save somebody. And then when they were on the ground, I started putting the boots to them, even though I'm saving them. And then I was like, oh crap. And I rolled back out. So, I mean, I've been a part of some shit shows myself. I did make it onto Ridiculousness. There's a match where Scott Parker goes to do a sunset flip into the ring and he lands on his head and I'm in the background and he like folds himself up. So that's kind of was my internet claim of fame, is I'm in the background as he's basically a scorpion himself.
So last week we had one of your buddies on. And we had Mr. Kid Riot on last week.
Oh God, I love Nate or Kid Riot. Sorry,
you're fine. So, he was trying to tell us a story, but he said you tell it better. So we were supposed to ask you about it, and it requires, it requires him to the face bump.
You know, some people bumping isn't natural. Like there's nothing natural about throwing yourself down and trying to protect yourself. You got to kind of get your head out of it. And like, I know real early in my training, when I fell for like a big face bump, I posted my arms and I screwed up my wrist for a while. And he could just never fall forward. He'd always want to brace himself and he was going to hurt himself. So finally, like what I would do is I'd have him hit the ropes and I'd stand outside the ring and grab his foot. And so then he could take the bump beautiful because he wasn't thinking every time like that. But when it was like, okay, Nate, do a face bump, he couldn't do it. I'm sure he's got it now because it was 20 some odd years ago, hopefully.
I wouldn't count on it, but.
Or you just learn to work around it. He doesn't take face bumps.
There you go. Hey, Reb, we got a second question. You want to help out here, Slick, since you're the one with all the computer problems?
All right. John Redondo, second question. Keep these questions coming, John. During your career, have you had a match that you bleed so much like a gimmick match, Crimson Mask, or you never busted open in a match?
I've been busted open a couple times. Usually, I think when I won the belt at CCW, we had a spot where I took a chair and then I busted open. I am one of the, I guess I wasn't part of it, but I was when Jake Parnell got fish hooked.
Yeah.
If you watch, and he looks up and he does it like a head nod and he kind of does a shoulder shrug. We were looking at each other. I'm like, "Are you okay?" And we were kind of mouthing, and I go, "Are you all right?" And he goes, "Eh." So that wasn't me, but like that's probably the most bloody I've seen. But you know, I've also been on some IWA Mid-South stuff where guys did deathmatch stuff, but it's hard for me to remember that just because, like I said, if it's not like I got to get on a mind frame for the stuff to click back into memory.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to
Uh,
keep it at UWC because one of my favorite matches I ever saw you in was you and Shank at his retirement match.
Yeah, that was
so fun.
That was fun. The hardest part was, I guess, getting everything together, and then we argued about who was going over.
That doesn't
I'm like,
surprise me.
I'm like, they're gonna hate me when I pin you, and he's like, yeah, but I'm going out, so I got to go out, you know. But it was a wonderful night. We raised money for him. I had to give it to his wife because if I gave it to him, he'd hand it right back to me. But we catered the night, and it was a good time. A lot of people just sending voice messages because we understood if you couldn't make the show, you can't make a show. But it was real fun. And now, you know, he Terry Funked us all, and he's wrestling again. So
Right.
yeah.
I was gonna say
He's
that was the
actually been-
night. Go
He's
ahead.
actually been on a show with me this Saturday. We're doing Funky Monkey in Medota. Does that sound right? Up by Chicago? It's like a fair.
Sure.
MEDOTA. I'm gonna
I'll
be
look it
wrestling.
up. Right.
I'm gonna be wrestling Clayton Clark. I don't know what Shank's doing yet, but
Oh,
Bobby
you're stuck
Houston.
with Clayton?
Yeah, well,
Sorry for you. Hey, I can't say much. We like Clayton here. We don't have too many problems with Clayton here.
he's a sweetheart.
He can be. Sometimes he's not so much, especially when, he's beating up Dalton and he's got a busted foot. But, it is what it is.
It's my kids, man. My kids are fighting each other. Sometimes, Uncle Ollie has to come in and separate them.
There's Floyd.
I love Floyd.
Gotta love the Bobby Houston shows.
Yeah.
Okay, fill us in. You gotta fill us in now.
What?
Not everybody knows who Bobby Houston is.
Not everybody
Bobby
knows who
Houston? Oh, man. I go back to Bobby Houston when he was the primetime player in white biker shorts at New Midwest. And then he went down to it's all funny because everything kind of like a circular. I'm gonna butcher some words, but he got a spot first. Jake Manning, Mr. Elite, got a spot at High Spots, and so then Bobby Houston went down there and worked with him, so he got on High Spots, and they made this documentary called The Heroes of Burke County. It is hilarious. It is great. Look it up. The Heroes of Burke County. It is wonderful. And Bobby did that for a while. Then he came back, and then he started Funky Monkey because he would just do spot shows and call it live pro wrestling. And then people were like, "But what's the name of the Fed?" So he's like, Funky Monkey. So, but the Mad Bash guys I'm working with have done these documentaries called Danville Dreamers. And the funny thing is the Danville Dreamers were inspired by the Heroes of Burke County. So it's like a full circle thing because now the Bad Bash boys are coming with me this Saturday to meet Bobby Houston, which is, really neat.
Yeah. I'm going to put the Mad Bash boys over because I just recently signed up for the Patreon. So, and that's been like my podcast go-to here lately is going back and listening to a lot of them. I decided I wasn't going to listen to yours just for the simple fact that I didn't want to use the same questions. So I was like, I'm not going to do it this time. And I was super excited. I just saw the one that popped up today that Shank's on there. Can we please get you and Shank on Mad Bash together?
Like a podcast or just wrestling?
No, like podcast. I just want to hear. Because you guys with road stories, I can only imagine.
I am sucking at hole and trying to figure. I'm looking at myself. Okay, all right. Sorry.
You're fine. Hey, Reb, we've got a third question.
We do. John Redondo, he's on a roll, man. Third question: how crazy was John Moxley? Just kidding. Memories of wrestling him.
Oh, Mox is Mox. Like who he portrays on TV is who he is. He is. I remember seeing Mox, HWA. I can't. It just there's an indie fed. I can't think of what it was called, but it had a lot of those guys like Drake Younger, the Naptown Dragons, Ricochet, Insanity Pro.
CZW. Oh, Insanity.
No, Insanity Pro. But Mox, I loved working with Mox. I actually got called in to that was my debut for IWA Mid-South, was working with Mox. They needed somebody to fill in, and I got to work with Mox, and I'd work with him we didn't work every match, but we were on the same shows every Wednesday night for HWA in Ohio, and was a wonderful guy, and he is who he portrays on TV. He loves wrestling. First time I saw him, I'm like, it's not if, it's when, and it was so great to see him do what he's done.
So it sounds like I didn't realize how many people in the business, like in professional business, you had worked with.
I jokingly called myself on the last podcast the Forrest Gump of professional wrestling because I just seem to be at these places. I remember when Mox first started doing deathmatch stuff, and I'm like, why? Why are you doing it, man? Why? You're so good. Why are you doing it? And he goes, I just like doing it. I'm like, okay.
All right. But I guess where I was going with that, what do you think of the current product now? I'm just curious. And we're talking the major ones, not. I mean,
Like
I know, yeah, not the indie stuff right now.
I couldn't really tell you much about the indies. I don't really follow it. Not that it's not good. There's a lot out there. I've been enjoying it's good. They tell like very good stories. The guy's athleticism and storytelling is amazing. The callbacks, the layered stories, and it's also fun watching it with like a 4-year-old because he really gets into it. Like he has no idea. He's just like, okay, so it's my birthday, and my wife asks my 4-year-old if he wanted something written up, what he wanted written on my birthday card, and he goes, she's like, do you want a heart or a dash? He goes, well, I can't write that he's the best wrestler because he's not Cody Rhodes. So can you write that? And she goes, write what? And he goes, that he's not the best wrestler. She goes, I'm not going to write that on your dad's birthday card. So,
I saw that on your Facebook page. I about died.
but no, he discovered Cody was his guy. Like he manifested that picture with Cody. Like we went to the Fastlane pay-per-view because John Cena was on it and Cody and Rey Mysterio. And he's like, Dad, we're going to get a picture with Cody. A couple months later, we were at the Peoria live event. And he got a picture with Cody. I'm leaning, trying to get out of the photo because it's about him. And so I look all awkward, but he manifested that photo. That kid, my wife goes, he's going to think that he's going to be able to do whatever he wants in life. I am sorry, guys. But she goes, good. So, but yeah, this kid.
That's awesome.
So, I mean, that's why I'm still wrestling, because he came to my last Destination 6 where my old ass was doing a Ultimate X match, it's a lot higher than it feels.
My goodness.
He still thinks I'm kind of a superhero. So it's kind of like my beer league softball where I show up, but I'm that guy at beer league softball who's got cleats and eye black and the newest bat is ready to go.
That's awesome. Reb, you got anything you want to add?
Well, I was gonna say I did a little bit of homework myself, and I came across the Destination 6 match you had with a guy that we're pretty familiar with, Zach Hendricks.
Oh, yeah.
And I just want to get your thoughts on working with him because we see him plenty on the indies around here.
Actually, I think it might be the 14th. Is that Saturday? This coming up, we're wrestling again, me and him, and I'm excited. Like at Macomb, we're having a rematch, and I am really excited for it because he was a last-minute addition because I was supposed to wrestle someone else, and then they had a family emergency, so Zach filled in. And my whole point of that match was because I talked to Zach, and he seemed like he knew guys, and like he was worth his salt. My whole point of putting the match together with him was to make sure he got to come back, and they loved him. And I love him, and I'm looking forward to what we were going to be able to do in a couple weeks.
That golden retriever mentality. Yep, the golden retriever mentality. We love Zach. We have loved Zach for a while.
He has really put in some work and gotten in great shape, and like he is. I have nothing but great things to say about him, and I'm looking forward to the rematch in a couple weeks.
Have you seen his tag team with Doc Simmons?
I had never seen any of that because like I don't really follow independent stuff, but I have nothing. But he was describing stuff, so I have no reason not to believe they're good if he's part of the team, and
There's some high flyers. They were
nothing to take away from Doc. I just
Right.
haven't seen him personally.
right. But yeah, they're damn good tag team. They're one of our favorites here too. But Doc screwed up his knee, so he's been out now for almost a
month.
year.
Yeah, that's
It sucks. So we're kind of waiting for him to come back. So, but regardless, watching Zach wrestle right now has just been great. But hey, Reb, we do have another question in the comments.
Yep. John Redondo batted again here. Okay, you mentioned your 4-year-old. Funny question. Does she watch WWE or AEW? And my question is, who is your kid's favorite wrestler? I think we said that's
covered
gonna be
that.
Cody. Who's the person she hates and the wrestler is scared of? Like Howdy.
Hey, the funny thing is, my son,
That's like son.
yeah, Nicholas, I think he likes Shank more than me. So at the retirement show, he was saying, "Let's go Shank, let's go Shank," and my wife's like, "No, that's not you. No, we cheer for Daddy." But it's Uncle Shank to him because like my other kids, Shank, Uncle Shank. So I mean, Cody's his favorite. I don't think he's really afraid of anyone because he wants. My middle son, my son who's 14, he does amateur wrestling.
Okay.
And my 4-year-old was like, I want to wrestle, but not like Ben. I'm going to do the real stuff like you, Dad. So I'm trying.
You gotta love it.
He's like, I'm going to punch him and kick him. I'm like, well, but yeah, no, I don't think he's afraid of any wrestlers because he thinks he can whoop anyone's ass.
No. Is there anyone that he hates?
Seth Rollins.
Really? Wow.
Because when he came up, it was a Cody versus Seth thing, and I think
That
that's
makes
more
sense.
of he went to the park with my daughter over the summer, and he was talking about Cody, and these other kids were talking about Seth's better than Cody, and that lit it a fire in him. So I don't know if he really hates Seth, but someone that's saying that Cody's not the best kind of was like, he sucks, Dad. He's not as good as Cody.
That sounds about right.
Did you ever
but
work
it
with,
blew his mind that I have wrestled LA Knight and I've been in the ring with Seth Rollins.
there you go. That was my next.
He loves
I was
LA
at-
Knight too. So
Well, what's not to love with LA Knight? Now, do you guys watch any of the AEW stuff or no?
not really. We don't really watch it. Like we'll watch because we have a Peacock, so we kind of watch the pay-per-views. That's about it. Or we don't really watch the Raw. We'll watch clips. Like if clips are on, I'll show him. Or he'll watch it on the. He likes watching me on YouTube. He tries to search for me, and so. But
That's great.
we don't really sit down. Like we'll watch like with the WrestleMania match. He watched part of it, but it was like the second half because he's 4. He's not going to watch a 45-minute long match and stick. So I waited till all the callbacks and all the run-ins and all that. Come on, so he could see that because he gets bored. He was excited though about the Ninja Turtle WWE action figures and the Gujitsu WWE action figures that just came out. So he's. Yeah.
That's Christmas list. That's Christmas list right there.
Oh,
bud.
not for me. I buy them and give them to him as soon as I get them. Shoot. I get excited when I find them out in the wild. I'm like singing Cody's song in my head when I found one of the mini wrestlers that was Cody because like it was like $40 online. I found it for $8 in the wild, and I'm like, yes.
There you go. I was gonna say we have a buddy. His name's David, but he has a son named Lincoln. So it must be something about Cody Rhodes because Lincoln's 6 and he's in love with Cody Rhodes. So yeah,
like it's their Surfer Sting. It's their Surfer Sting because he's so cool and like, Cody was telling him, look at mom, because he was all like in awe that Cody was right there, and just. I don't know, man. It makes you, even though like you've been a part of it, to see the amount of work he does and the amount of reaching out, it makes you like want to cheer and see him succeed. like it
Right.
means anything for me, but like because your kid and because you see like the effect he has on your kids. So it's kind of like, this is awesome because we all know guys and like you ain't got to do that. You can go back and they'll still cheer for you. But the fact that he took, he did the old, we call it the honky tonk man match, where it's basically right before intermission, so you could go right to the merch table. And he
Yep.
spent that whole time during intermission taking photos and all this stuff, which was pretty awesome.
Oh, that's great. Jabari, did you put up Jabari's question there, Reb?
Oh, there we go.
Well, you know Bari. I know you know Bari. So, is there
a
story
story?
behind the white strap junior heavyweight championship?
I mean, I had the thing for like 800 days, and it was just something where I wanted to commemorate my career. So it's just mine. I just, I had it made because I wanted to have something, and I wanted to put a little twist on it. I put the tigers on the side, which were my tattoo and my logo, just because, I was synonymous with that belt through, multiple different name changes of feds. And, I figured I got, some disposable income and might as well, buy some stuff for myself, and it looked cool. So that's about it.
Yeah. And then he said, by the way, 6 shoe game, man, Kane.
Thank you.
So you were a NWA Midwest guy then, up in Streamwood.
No, we kind of took in after that. After Schumann
okay.
left, it when we came, 01 became NWA Midwest for a little while, and then the NWA kind of fell apart. So then it became 01 USA and all that stuff. So
okay, let's see. Well, we got another one from John Redondo. He's rolling.
Do you
today.
know this John Redondo?
no.
Okay, we don't either. So we were just curious.
All right, 5th question. Will you ever want to buy the Smart Mark video DVDs of events you wrestled to show your son and tell him, hey, son, that's me. I'm cool. And you watch together?
Thank goodness for YouTube that he can watch that. And also, I do have some of the HWA, like our debut match where we wrestled against Dick Rick Lycus or LA Knight, and things like that. But he comes to the shows and he tries to give me advice on how to wrestle. So it's kind of.
Why do I feel like this kid would also be like one of the ones that attack me? But Reb, I feel
my kids. I don't know. My kids have always been ride or die. Like when my older kids were younger, they wouldn't shake hands with the baby face when I was heel. They'd be like, "No, we're for our dad," So.
That's awesome. Well, let's see. I think I've been to 3 or 4 promotions where all of a sudden I'm surrounded by children, and carrying children.
Yes.
And all of a sudden they're like, "We love you." Okay. Stated as Supreme League of Wrestling, then NWA, then 01.
I think that's supposed to be started, but he doesn't know how to spell.
Yeah, it was Supreme League of Wrestling.
It is started. He corrected himself. Did you notice?
I did.
Now, Reb has heat with Papa Cooper. So how long have you known Papa Cooper?
Since GAW. Great American Wrestling. Probably 20 some odd years since I started.
And you're not sick of him yet?
Reb, and you're not sick of him?
Yeah. I don't see him enough to get sick of him.
There you go.
I'm old.
This person has to know you.
Yeah, he's done some.
I don't know.
Better, he's done his research.
He's definitely done his research.
Yeah. All right. 6th question. How proud were you to be in the PWI 500 in 2012 at 399 and in 2013 is 372, etc.?
It was awesome at the time. It was funny because when I moved to Florida, I decided I wasn't wrestling anymore. And then about 3 months there, I got the bug again. And a buddy I worked with, buddy was running the show. And his brother was running the show. So I went and I was like, hey, can I get on the show? And he asked me what for my resume. And I feel like such a mark when I would list it off. And I was like, oh, is this on PWA? I got trained by this guy. I got this and that. I worked on these shows. But it was amazing because you grew up picking those magazines up. And back when I started, that's it. That's when I started wrestling, because I've kind of fallen away from wrestling for a while. And then I was watching this will make you feel the old TNA matches on Real Player. You remember Real
Ah,
Player?
yep.
Oh yeah.
So like I discovered like Amazing Red, Styles, which AJ Styles is my goat. But in like Low Key. So like reading through those magazines and being in the PWA or PWI 500, it was something that I can't believe that I was a part of. It's something that you forget about and you don't like, but it's really cool to just you'll always be listed.
Yeah. So I know you're working really closely now with Mad Bash, right? Are
Mhm.
you helping train some of those guys, or what's going on with all
Uh,
that? Because I know like they've got like Dalton and Clayton, and is Jared Savage part of that group too?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of some of the other ones.
Cutler.
Yeah,
Cutler.
Chris Cutler. I'm trying to think. Colby Jack,
Colby Jack. See,
James
I was
Silva,
your new favorite.
Logan Myers is Mad Bash adjacent.
There you go.
There's a bunch I'm gonna forget because
Yeah.
but we don't really have a ring set up, but I'll watch matches and critique and give them ideas and help them out, as much as I can, or get in the ring and we'll have matches like on shows and kind of hands-on training. It's basically just a bunch of guys getting together that have similar mindsets and want shows to be good and have fun and hang out.
Is there anybody that you see as what you were at their age? Like,
Luckily, no, because I was a bastard at their age. The wrestling business isn't as snaky as it was, but no, I don't. That's a good question, but I guess all of them in a sense because they all want to get better and they all
Yeah.
want to go out there and get better and work with better people and not get stuck down to one place. Because when I came up, it was a very big us versus them mentality. And I was one of the first guys that wanted to work multiple feds
yeah.
because it was a very cult-like, everybody thought they were ECW, which is, in hindsight, really strange, but they're all good kids. And they're all kids to me because I'm old, but
They're all kids to us too. It's
Yeah.
fine. Well, Reb, go with the seventh question. We've got a seventh
right.
question.
We got 7, and this is actually one I was curious about too. So I'm glad John brought this up. Seventh question: why the nickname underrated, overhated 5'7" gift from heaven? How did you come up with that idea?
because I was 140 some odd pounds, I was 5.5 foot tall, and gift from heaven rhymed with 5'7", and my mouth got me overhated. No, I just for some reason I have like wrestling jerk face, and
Love
I
it.
could say something that's like joking, and like it was a running bit because my ex tag partner Cliff, Jason Light, could be like, no, dude, you're the shits, you're terrible, and they'd be like, oh, that's Cliff, ha ha ha, and me, I could be like, oh man, that was good. Just when you throw a punch next time, rear back just a little bit more, and they'd be like, that fucking dick, pardon my language, but. So,
Honestly, I think some of my favorite, like your rivalries. One of yours was Frank Wyatt.
oh
And
man, there was so much we could have done
There was.
if not for his health issues, and it sucks. I love Lumpy to death.
Lumpy.
I would always break him when he was under a hood. His El
That's always-
Generico. I would always
His
call
El
him by-
Generic.
I'd always call him by his. I found out what his childhood nickname was, and I'd call him it during the match to make him like, and he'd be shaking, laughing. So I'd be like, "Sting, come back, kick, punch, chop." So.
AJ, the best of 5 series with Frank Wyatt was fun to watch.
We had a lot of planned. I actually that went undone, and I can tell you about that real quick. We wanted to finish it with a no rope match. And the
Reb,
reason,
no Reb.
and we were building it, and it was wonderful because the first match, he beat me up, and it was like heat, where like Neon Belly beating the shit out of me, where the crowd got uncomfortable. So it's like, oh my gosh, I've never seen Oliver get his ass handed to him like this. In the second one, I fought back a little, and then he threw his lariat. I caught it, a spot I stole from when Cap caught Thanos' punch. That's where I got that idea from. I caught it, then he headbutted me, lariat, 1, 2, 3. So he's up 2-0. So the third match, we fight, and I'm, blah, 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 blah. And then he wins. I win that because he just starts beating the dog trash out of me. So he wins by DQ. I win by DQ. So now he's like, well, I'm up 2-1, 2-0. I want to, stretch this out. The fourth match, we did a finish where he gave me a suplex on the outside, and I hooked the rope and rolled in. So I snuck one out. So that way we were setting up that final match would be no DQ, no ropes, because that's the only way I could win. And then we were going to have a finish there. But just he had foot issues and things got in the way. It's real fun to tell those stories when you have an opportunity. And the good thing about 0-1 at that time is they were giving us freedom to do whatever we wanted to do and kind of build to it. It's just we had things get in the way.
Yeah.
But,
Now, which one was it that you got tied to the ropes with the tape?
I think it's the DQ one.
Was that the DQ one?
Yeah, where he won.
Because I remember that one.
It was fun working Lumpy though.
Yeah, like I said, I love Frank Wyatt. He was so fun.
Yeah.
Haven't seen much of him here. I think the last time I saw him was when he was at New Wrestling Revolution, and it was against KC and maybe Jared. I think.
I don't know.
It was like their first show they had in Decatur. I think that was the last time I saw.
I remember that.
I saw Frank. Yeah. Well,
that was a show.
That was a show. Hey, I got to meet Kong, so I was happy. I got to meet Awesome Kong. So
that she called me. She said she goes. I thought you were my friend Alan. At first, I was like, as someone who idolized Styles, I'm like, I'll take that. That counts. I marked out a little bit. She goes, I almost said, "What's up, Alan?" And I'm like,
I would have said hi. I'll be Alan. It's fine.
It was wonderful meeting her and talking with people and all that.
Yeah. Reb, go for it. We got 8th question.
Okay, I feel like
we got to get through his 10.
Long enough to get to 10. Yeah.
We got to get to 10.
All right. So,
and then we'll let Oliver go.
All right, let's talk about rumors. Was there a match that was penciled for you that was big for you that was canceled or next in your career? It kind of falls in with that no rope match you were talking about. But
yeah.
Any other examples?
Not that I know of, because
Stacy, I see the Styles resemblance.
Funny thing is, when I was working IWA Mid-South, DJ Hyde had just bought CCW, so all these guys were kissing his ass to try to get bookings.
Yep.
And I was their light heavyweight champion at the time, and I had to cut a promo because my opponent couldn't make it, so we changed the match, so I cut a promo. And all these guys are asking him to get bookings, and he's like, well, why would I book you? I already got this, and that. And he looked at me unprompted, and he goes, why would I book you? You sound like AJ Styles, and you look like AJ Styles. And I'm thinking, is that supposed to hurt my feelings? I mean, why would you book me? I'm sure I'm a hell of a lot cheaper than AJ.
There you go.
There you go.
But there's no match that I really had penciled that I can think of. That I had one come that I was excited about recently, but the show got changed. I was going to wrestle that Mr. Broadway. Kendall, and I really liked the kid, and I was excited to get the match, and then the venue double booked, and you can do only what you can do, but we'll get that one back one day.
Yeah,
I hope so. I know Carrot just fought Kendall down at Elite Pro, so
that's where I was supposed to work with him last month.
Yeah, well, that's what I was wondering, because I knew that had gotten canceled last month, so yeah.
All right, John, give me question 9. Let's go.
We've got question 9. Here it is. During your career, have you ever seen an incident, backstage fight, or etc.?
Plenty. Did I have I been involved in some? Possibly. We were different back then, though, man. You didn't post this vague stuff on social media. If you posted it on social media, you would say it to their face, and you would know, and they would know what you were talking about. You wouldn't be like, oh man, I'm, blah, blah, blah. No, it was there were locker rooms that it was on. And, we once, me and Cliff once, my old tag partner once drove to a show in Ohio when we lived in Terre Haute, which was 3 hours away, knowing there's a chance that we might fight the whole locker room because we made the bookings. And if that's the way it went, that's the way it went. It's just, it's how it was. I'm not acting like I'm tough. That's not what I mean. But back then you didn't back down. You didn't talk shit if you weren't going to back it up, and you might get your ass whooped, but everybody would, shake hands afterwards and at least respect that, you were about what you said.
I feel like there was a lot more respect in the locker room, say 10 years ago than there is now. I could be wrong because there could be other ones that
I feel like it's longer than 10 because
is it longer than 10? Okay.
I think about it like, cause that was like 2014 and I'm thinking about where I was in life. But, yeah.
Well, I guess it was probably like 2019 before I started getting into the independents. So that was why that's kind of where.
We also didn't have that outlet that like mixed martial arts and jiu-jitsu is, where like you could actually compete. Like there's a whole different like vibe. Like when I was training mixed martial arts, just doing jiu-jitsu and all that, everybody wanted everybody to get better and wanted to help each other. And then you don't get that sometimes with wrestling. You want, because it's crabs in a bucket type stuff, and you want your friend to do good as long as he doesn't do better than you. And
right.
Since it's not like a legit physical competition, you can't be humbled, I guess, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, especially since it's usually somewhat figured out. It's always figured out before.
Like training, like when I was training and I would train with these 16-year-olds that were just like, this kid could kick the dog shit out of me. Like, so it kind of like, every now and again, you have to be reminded that you're not the baddest dude on the block.
Yeah. Stacy, a lot of dirty wrestling laundry sometimes seems to get aired out on social media, and that's the truth. Most of the time, we sit back and eat popcorn and just watch the commotion.
I've done it on this show.
He has.
Hey, before we get to John Redondo's 10th and final question, I never get to bring up some of the guys that I watch because I used to live in Aurora, so I never would be in Joliet every month back like 2000.
There's 4-year-old man.
Hi, 4-year-old man. Hey, who's your favorite wrestler? Tell us who your favorite wrestler. Well, okay,
he's gone.
He's
gone.
Yeah.
That's the way it works. We got to hurry up here. He's got kids. He needs to get things taken care of. Come on, Reb.
So yeah, everybody that we talk to,
viral.
I never. Yeah,
go ahead. Sorry,
I never get a chance to ask about. Did you ever get to work with the cat named Jason Hades out of Chicago?
I actually got to work with him like during the COVID times, at a 0-1 show in where's that place?
Noble?
Noble. It was amazing because when I started, Hades was like here. Sorry, you can't. Here, and I was here. So getting a chance to work with Hades was really like a big deal to me, and like I don't know, it was amazing. I love Jason Hades. He is such a good guy, such a great worker. All those guys, but like Hades doing his masked gimmick, the Hades X1X.
Yes.
So.
Yes, I was so excited when I saw him coming back.
Okay, I am a friggin' idiot. That's Jason Hades?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
You didn't know that, Reb?
I didn't know that. I thought it was just doing the mask. Wow.
No, it's
holy crap.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
So yeah, I feel
that
like
was funny. I didn't know that you guys had that, so that was funny.
We sure do.
I just remember Hades because of Spinach. He did that flipping pedigree lung blower gimmick. And I thought that was the coolest finish in IWA because everybody was doing just the same old shit, but that was something that was very unique and nobody ever kicked out of it. So he was always one of my favorites to watch back then. So now I got to keep an eye out for when he's back around here again.
Oh, you're gonna see him come October.
Yeah, I saw
think
that.
He's got that. They got that show in Clinton. He's on.
Yep.
Yeah,
we're gonna be there. We got our tickets on the day they came out, so we're excited to go to.
There's some really good guys on that show, honestly.
Yeah,
there is.
They haven't announced a lot of matches, but the names they've announced, it's pretty stacked.
Mm-hmm.
But
I feel like such a putz.
all right, well then let's get to the 10th question so we can
10th
let
question.
Oliver go hang out with his kids.
Yes. John Redondo. And John, hopefully it's not just when Oliver's on. Don't be a stranger when every week. 10th question to end in a funny way. What was the most smelliest wrestler, most ladies' man in the locker room, and funniest wrestler in the locker room? Thank you, and see you in the next interview. Okay, let's start off with the smelliest.
Smelliest. Oh man, that's bad. Shoot, I'm trying not to dime nobody out.
Spill the tea. Let's go.
I remember there was a point when Dewey, we had to tell him to wash his stuff when he first started. The nerd gimmick, I forgot what his but he was real young, and he was just a young dumb kid. And not that he was dumb, but everybody at 21, 22 is pretty dumb. But yeah, we were like, yeah, you need to wash your shit, dude. We would spray it with Febreze when he wasn't looking.
Oh God, he got smelly heat in the locker room.
Yeah.
Dewey Dawson.
We told him once, and he took care of it. So yes.
Yeah. You don't want that stinky heat.
And that was when he was really young, real green. So I love Dewey. He's a great man now. But there was a time when we had to have that conversation.
I remember hearing stories where Gallows had that problem in Japan when he first went. And I guess somebody had to tell Anderson to tell him he was getting stinky heat in the locker room because he wasn't washing his shit.
It's usually the guys that wear the singlets and the butchers for some strange reason.
All right, so the most ladies' man in the locker room.
Oh man. Mox was pretty at one time.
He was Titty Master. That was a thing for a while.
I'm trying to think. There wasn't a lot of it was kind of real separate. We didn't really know a lot about it. I would say Mox. When he was young.
And then who was the funniest
some
wrestler?
Some other people I can't say because they're canceled now. So
that's true. Let's not go.
Yeah.
Let's not go to the ones that are canceled now.
We'll tread lightly.
Yeah.
How about funniest? Yeah.
Oh man. Oh man, that's tough.
I always feel like Shank or Marvin would have been a hoot backstage. Maybe not. No.
Marvin.
Yeah. Kane's worked with Marvin.
No. Jeez.
Have you seen what he's doing now? It's quite interesting.
No, I have not.
He's doing
Hollywood.
He's Hollywood Marvin now.
I wish him all the best.
We like Marvin.
Yeah, debatable.
Have you guys had Cobra on?
Yeah.
We've had him on our other podcast.
Have you asked him about the Cain rib that still goes on to this day? It's 15 years old.
The Cain rib? No.
Minderz, make a note.
I'm making the note now.
Next time we see him, we're gonna have to ask him about that.
Okay, I'll tell you what it is.
Wait, is this the one? Wait a minute, because I might have seen a video about this. Does this have to do with if he knows how to spell warrior?
Yes.
All right, tell the story.
Okay, so he got warrior on his chest. In the first, when he was ready, he was all excited to show it off. And I said, dude, they spelled it wrong. and he was like, fucking Cain. And then so we would do it, but it would get to the point where I would see him on shows and I would know someone on that show and it'd be Chicago show or Ohio. And I would message my buddy and they would ask him, dude, you spelled your warrior wrong. And he would have no idea that I know these people. So it's been going on for 10, 15 years since he's gotten the tattoo. It was so bad. I thought about making shirts that had the warrior spelled wrong. And giving him and there's a video. I put a video up of at a show where he's I got my hat on and he doesn't know I'm there. And I'm hey man, you got anything where warrior spelled right? And he goes from you mother, then he looks, he's like, Cain. He gets all excited. 'cause he didn't-
Reb, I'll send it to you. That was the one I saw today.
Oh, okay.
But
But-
funniest, it really depends on the day. Colt was funny at the AEW shows. Jimmy Jacobs could be funny. He was a guy that had a lot. Joey Eastman got a lot of chicks too. Like back in the
Wow,
day,
really?
like he's
Eastman?
been luckily married, but for a while. But like
Yeah.
back in the AEW, I mean, 10, 15 years ago, before he got married, there was just certain guys that,
Eastman's a guy I'd love to have on the path sometime, Minderz.
oh, he's so
everywhere.
good. He's so smart. He's so like a wonderful person.
Oliver, can you help us out with that?
I don't know him that well.
Okay. Well,
I've got him on Facebook.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
people
I don't
respond.
know a lot. I mean, I'll tell you who wasn't the most, wasn't the most ladies' man, and that was Aaron Williams, because he didn't really mess with, like, flirt a lot. He is.
Did you do it on purpose?
No, I didn't see. I didn't know that was your shirt. I didn't even know that was his shirt.
It's his shirt.
Aaron is one of the few guys that, like, most guys in wrestling, you're like, he's a good guy, but he's still a piece of shit. Aaron is one of the guys that is not. Aaron, if he called me at 2 a.m., I would drive over to Ohio to whoop somebody's ass if he needed help. Like, I love Aaron. He is my boy. We go back from HWA days. We wrestled them at Insanity Pro, and that's how we got on HWA. Like, I have nothing. Like, he's one of the few. Him and Wes or Shank are like two of the pure people that if anybody messes with them, I will hurt them.
Yeah. First time I saw Aaron Williams, I absolutely adored him. It was on, I think I saw him at a New Wave show when New Wave Pro was going.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually joke because everybody gives me a hard time for how many Jimmy Carrot shirts I have.
Yeah.
And I said, well, yeah, I've got a lot of Jimmy Carrot shirts, but the next person in line is Aaron Williams, because I think I have about 8 of his shirts. And it's like,
he's
today
the
I was just in this mood today, and we've had Aaron on the pod.
He knows everybody. If I know a lot of people, he knows everyone. Aaron is salt of the earth, one of the greatest human beings that I know.
Because he's introduced us to Lord Crew. He introduced us to Jack Bond. He's introduced us to Jake Oman. So we've had a lot of fun running in with those guys. I love Aaron. He's one of my favorites. But Oliver, we've had a blast having you on today, and I know we told you we've kept you about 45 minutes, and I apologize. I thought we'd be able to do a little bit sooner. You got kids. You got kids to take care of. You got a 4-year-old. Come on.
He's with the mom and the other ones. he hears someone talking, so he has to be a part of it. Sorry, I'm all freaking crooked, but I'm holding this because I am not technologically sound sometimes.
Hey, I'm with you.
Apparently, neither are we today, so you're perfectly fine. So, where can everybody find you on social media?
Hybrid Cain is basically all of it. My Instagram. I think it might be Hybrid Cain on my Facebook thing, or I don't really. I mean, I mostly just post like real life shit. To be honest, I'll share promos and all this stuff, but I'm kind of, like I said, I'm in my beer league softball era.
Calling it in.
It's fitting with the Sid Vicious news.
It is.
Your softball era.
There you go.
Master ruler of the world, dude. I
Right,
loved
man.
Sid when I was little.
Oh,
he
scared the hell out of me.
The fist bumps, like all the stuff he did that people like stole from him that you didn't realize. Except that one power bomb on Pillman in the War Games.
Oh man, yeah, that was so bad.
He looked like a
giant
steroid version of Will Ferrell at the end,
A little bit. Now that I'm thinking about it.
So, we're actually telling Reb happy birthday today too, because his birthday is later this week.
Well,
so you guys almost share a birthday. Not quite. You're not quite on the same days, but it'll work.
And almost the same year. I'm only a couple years older, so I'm 81, not 83.
Oh, that's not. Yeah, 41.
So I'm officially the oldest.
Ooh. Yeah.
Damn. I'm an 80s baby.
But you're also the most immature, though. That helps.
I am the most immature, so it works out great.
I'm only mature because my wife makes me be mature.
Hey, you got a 4-year-old to live vicariously through, so you're
Yeah.
peachy.
I
It's
got
great.
my daughter. She's in college right now, so
I
and
saw
then my
that.
other daughter just got her learner's permit. So and then my son's gonna be 14, and then my youngest is 4. I restarted, so that's why honestly I wrestle because he thinks I'm a superhero and it gives me an excuse to go to the gym and stay kind of in shape. But and it's kind of I've been doing it for so long. It's you kind of know what to do, but that schedule anybody who's really making money at, I couldn't
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah. It's a crazy
You know.
schedule.
Yeah.
But so can we get you on again sometime?
Most definitely, I enjoyed it. It was fun.
So maybe next time we'll get Kid Riot on here, so then y'all can like bounce off each other too, and it'll be a good time.
Yeah, I'm down for whatever. I've thoroughly enjoyed talking to you guys, and I got like I said, I'm getting blown up now. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're on a podcast." But yeah, I enjoy just bullshitting with people. So
wait, Reb, did you put up
Yeah.
Christopher Cooper's last comment there, please?
Uh,
You already said now, so it kind of takes away all the fun from it. But Oliver, how old do you think Reb is?
I don't know. It's hard to tell because I don't feel 41. You know what I mean? Like I feel like some mornings the day I turned 41, I rolled out of bed and I felt it. Like my sciatic's like, "Hey, you're 41 now, buddy."
Yeah.
The check engine light came on.
Well, I may be 42, but I have the back and knees of a 77-year-old. So it's you definitely feel it after a while.
Yeah, I told my wife, I said I had the one rotator
Floyd.
done a while back. Floyd, is that your? That's what I try to get 100 in bowling, Floyd. Don't you do bowling? 83. That's how many years you coach softball, Floyd.
That's the truth.
Keeps coming back to softball.
Keeps coming back to softball.
But yeah, like no, the other shoulder, like when you get one done, the other. I told my wife, I said I'm gonna go get that stem cell stuff because that's only like 2 weeks, as opposed to being out. Because once I have another surgery, I'm done for good. Why am I gonna come back and wrestle at like 43? No thanks.
Yeah.
Just call it a day. So I'm just enjoying. Honestly, I'm just enjoying any opportunity I have now and making the best out of it and getting to see people I haven't seen in a while. Like that's why I went to that Terre Haute show to go see Jake Painter, who I hadn't seen in a while because he was out in Cali for a while and now he's in Tennessee. But
he was kind of my hero. Reb he beat in the record books it's a W for Painter against Ben Trust.
Oh, okay.
Granted, he got kicked in the balls, but it is what it is. But he still beat Trust. It's still a W for Painter.
Yeah, he's the man too. He's going out there and doing it, and the opportunities he's giving himself and putting his position in. You can't but help but be jealous in a sense. Not jealous in a negative way, but like, man, I'm so proud. It's more like a proud thing where he's going and getting it done, and how much he had changed as a wrestler from when he left to that match I saw him with Clayton. It was just the little things. And, obviously with a 20-year-old trained eye in that, you see the many little things where you're like, oh, okay. And it was just great to see him. And then we went to Footers, Terre Haute, my old stomping ground. Can't hate Footers if you're ever in Terre Haute.
We have a new spot to go to, Reb.
All right. I'm down.
They have a sandwich called the Carnivore. It's amazing.
Ooh. Sounds like
you just said sandwich to a group of guys that adore burgers. So I guess that's where we're going next. So,
But Oliver, late. So go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, you're fine. Thank you so much for joining us. I know we still got to talk about AEW and we still got to talk about a whole bunch of other stuff. So we're going to let you go, but we're going to get you back on here pretty soon.
Awesome. I'm so excited. And it's nice meeting you, Rev.
Yeah.
Rev? Is it Rev?
Reb. R-E-B.
Yep.
Okay. R-E-B.
Oh, wait. AJ has a question.
Okay.
What all goes on the carnivore?
Oh, okay. Okay, I was curious. So.
Oh, God, I can't. You'd have to pull it up. All I know is that's the sandwich I'd always get. It's at Footers. It's got all the meat, marinara. It's like a sub, and it's heated. I don't know. It's a sandwich I've gotten since I lived there 20 years ago when I first started my wrestling. So, but yeah, carnivore at Footers. It's amazing.
I'm looking here. There's the herbivore, barbecue, melt, carnivore. There's two. Oh, that's a half. Okay. Sliced pepperoni, salami, ham, bologna, pizza sauce, and mozzarella. It comes with a bag of Lay's potato chips and 2 pickle spears.
Yeah. It's so
There
good.
you go.
So good.
But yeah, we'll get you back on here. Maybe we get the boys to join us too, because I think if we got the crew here, it could be crazy conversation because they've been kind of quiet in the chat tonight. So but we'll get you back on here, and thank you so much for coming on, and we appreciate you for taking the time out.
Oh no, thank you very much.
And glad you got to meet Reb finally. So
Yes, it was a pleasure.
All right.
Pleasure.
Thanks, Oliver. Have a good
All right,
evening.
yeah.
You too.
See you later.
Bye. That was fun.
That was fun. Now I want a carnivore.
Did Did I lead that enough for you there, buddy? I
You
tried.
did fine. You were very helpful because I feel like such a friggin' idiot.
I still can't
Reason
believe
hate
you didn't.
for.
I didn't realize you didn't. If I would have known you didn't realize that, I would have told you. I promise. I
Oh.
would have told you.
No, I believe it.
Okay. Before we pay bills, can you play the email? Yeah. When it's good, if it's a good interview, AJ's quiet because I'm just
Yes.
enjoying what the guest has to say.
Yes.
Can you play the one that we got from your email? It's like a pizza place, Stacy. So we'll find
Yeah.
something.
All right. So yes, this came via my email. So let's throw this up.
Hey, Reb. This is Nancy and Kitty from the X-Bombers. And Minderz wrote us and told us that the thing you want most in this world is to have happy birthday from the duo's world champions. Well, here we are, rock you like a hurricane, wishing you a happy birthday. We always love listening to the show. You're our third favorite pro wrestling podcast, of course, behind our guy, Jim Cornette, with the experience in the drive-thru, in that order for those reasons. So have a super happy birthday, keep covering wrestling and doing those cool things, and we'll see you again.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
I do love me the X-Bombers.
Well, I figured it wouldn't be the same if you didn't get a message from the X-Bombers today.
Well, yeah, and I'll take third favorite podcast.
Yeah, I will too.
I mean, clearly they have some. I'm not gonna say prejudice, but they do the theme song for the Cornette Experience, so that's got to be number one, right?
It's got to be. It's got to be.
All right.
And I don't know. Do you want to do the last one, or do you want to save it for later?
Let's save it for later. Let's pay some bills.
Pay some
real
bills?
quick, Minderz.
Okay.
All right. All right, so yeah, there you see it, brainbustertees.com, prosintees.com, all kinds of cool stuff there. Minderz, I got your message. I'm going to see if I can make that happen real quick here.
Just seems fitting.
It
I
does.
still can't. I can't believe though he brought up Aaron Williams and didn't realize I was wearing his shirt.
Right.
That was fun.
It was.
Is it gonna play? Hopefully.
I need a second to edit out the theme song because we don't really need that here.
Oh yeah, we don't need that again. Riveting television. I'm sure everybody's just thrilled.
Hey, Minderz,
Yes.
let's start talking about AEW while we're doing
Do we
this
have
here.
to?
Well, we don't have to spend a lot of time on it.
Oh, did you see they have the star ratings up for it?
Why don't we do that? Why don't you run that down for the good people listening to the show?
Okay, do we want to talk about each of the matches as we go through we'll talk about our take on it?
I think that'll work.
Okay, so let me find it again here real quick. And we had, all right, we're going to start with, that wasn't the first match, was it? What was the first? Do you remember? Oh, the four-way trios championship match was first. They didn't put one.
The London ladder match.
Yeah, they didn't give that one stars. That one's not on the list. No, it's not on the list. Nope.
I'll be darned. Well, what did we think of that match, Minderz? I know how much you love multi-man fuckery in ladder form.
I didn't hate the ending. I didn't hate the ending. I was, but Christian Cage just bugs me.
But and then a good father.
Right? The patriarchy. Got it.
I just wish they'd just do away with Mother Wayne.
Yeah, me too. And why, if she's part of their trio's shape, was she wearing those shoes? Idiot.
Just you have to be the tallest one in the group.
I guess. She still doesn't have Dino douche beat, but I mean.
True.
What's his name? Kill
Switch.
He's Kill Switch. Okay. Oh, he's Kill Switch. Swerve was Kill Shot. There we go. Got it. It's in my head. Got it figured out now. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, when I started watching was at the Gauntlet match. So I kind of watched all the good ones first. And then went back and watched the terrible ones, except for one. I will say there was one match in that beginning that I missed that when I went back and watched it, I was like, okay, this isn't bad. I actually kind of like it. So
I'm going to say this about the pay-per-view. It was not the worst AEW pay-per-view of the year.
It wasn't the worst. Wasn't the best, but it wasn't
it wasn't the best. I would say a big surprise in the Gauntlet match, but we all knew it was coming with Ricochet showing up.
Yeah. Well,
because
hold on. We're not there
keep
yet.
Things a secret.
We're not there yet.
I'm sorry.
So the first one they have in this. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, we run through this. As soon as we get done with this, we'll run what I sent you.
What did you
Does that work? Or does that mess things up?
Wait, what did you send me?
No. What you were putting together.
Oh, yeah. I got that ready to go whenever. But yeah, let's do let's do this. What?
No, whatever. You're in control from like some weird place in your apartment. So
all right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's save what you asked me about for the end of the show.
Okay.
I think that's we'll do that.
Are we actually gonna make it through our watch along tonight?
By golly, I hope so, because I have to see your reaction to this finish on this match.
Okay. All right. Okay. The next one was Toni Storm versus Mariah May.
Okay. I did not hate this match.
I did not either.
I thought this was the best women's match on the show.
I agree. And they gave it 1.5 stars.
Yeah, what the fuck? Come on, Dave.
I don't. I think Toni is kind of. I'm curious to see now where her character is going to go. Because she's the most over woman on AEW, other than Willow, in my opinion. He's not going to live it down.
No. This is his new Roman Reigns is going to break Bruno Sammartino's record.
Exactly. This is his. Yeah. This is exactly what it is. Next match. I want your opinion on this one. Next match I got is Hook versus Jericho. The learning tree, Chris Jericho. We kind of talked about this a little bit earlier, but
it's basically what I expected out of this. A lot of fuckery with Big Bill and Brian Keith. Of course, Jericho had to sing.
I hate that Brian Keith is in this group because he's so good.
He's so much better than what they're doing. Good. He's another one of Tony's ruined toys. But
just like Jay Lethal.
I think the world of Taz, Minderz. he shouldn't be putting the transmission on people anymore.
Especially not in a
His-
suit.
Not in a suit. You could tell he was constricted by the suit.
Yeah, he
Couldn't get
could.
his arm. I mean, he could never get his arm all the way around the guy anyway when he would do
Right.
that hold. But it was even worse. Like, he barely got it to here.
Right. Yeah, it was bad.
But it was to get their feel good Taz and Hook moment, which they've been building to for several years now. So I'll be honest, I was hoping that after Hook won, he would just give the belt to Taz and they'd retire it.
Hey, there's still Dynamite tomorrow night. You know,
That's
they could do it in Champaign.
Urbana.
Urbana, my bad.
It's Urbana. You buy.
So, you didn't study these star ratings, did you?
I just glanced when you sent it to me.
What would
What's it-
you have given it? What would you have given it?
I would give this 2 stars.
4.5.
Fuck him. Flying.
Yep, 4.5 stars for Hook versus Jericho. And I did hear the chant of "Please retire" again.
I heard it.
Come on. All
But
right.
I did like the cricket bat as a weapon. That's an effective foreign object.
That was. I didn't mind the croquet balls either.
Those were cricket balls.
Those were croquet balls.
No, they were cricket balls.
No, they weren't. Look it up. I swear to you, those weren't cricket balls.
Those were cricket balls.
They were croquet balls.
No.
I'm gonna laugh when I'm right.
Well, I've probably proven you wrong already, apparently.
Your wife just said I was right.
Yeah, she outed me.
Those are croquet balls because they're heavy.
So are cricket balls.
No, they're not. They're like baseballs.
No, they're wooden.
But the cricket balls are heavier. Are we seriously having this debate?
We are having this discussion. We are certainly having this discussion. All right.
I'm kind of curious to see what your search is going to look like, though. Because if you say what balls were used in
I googled cricket balls on Google, and thankfully I didn't get any sort of anatomical information on insects. But this is a cricket ball.
I guess it was. All right, fine. You were right. You were right.
Huzzah!
But they kept calling them croquet balls.
No, they were calling them cricket balls.
No, they said croquet.
You just need to clean your ears.
No. Okay. You are correct, Reb.
Yes.
I will give in just because it is your birthday week. So I will
It's my birth week.
I will agree, I guess.
Oh, can I mention I made a list of thumbs ups and thumbs downs. Obviously the thumbs down is way longer. But I want to throw out something that came up in the one of my thumbs ups. Well, 2 thumbs ups from the ladder match.
Oh, okay.
Number 1, a guy had a sign that says "Careful now" on there. He was just pulled up whenever they were going up the ladder. I popped.
Did you see the lady that had the ouch sign?
Yes, I did.
I love that sign.
But my other takeaway from the ladder match is just Juice is great.
Yes, he is. Juice is awesome.
He
It's
looks
so
like a lunatic with that hair.
It's so crazy because I went back and I watched NXT to KO's first match when he fought CJ Parker. Oh my
Juice
god.
broke his nose.
But it's night and day how different Juice
Very.
does now. It's amazing actually.
Man, when he left WWE, he went. I love the fact that he just basically went to Japan and they broke him down and built him right up from scratch.
Yeah, because he was going to be pigeonholed in that terrible hippie gimmick.
I'll bet Oliver's worked with Juice before because Juice is he was an IWA guy.
No, he could have
before he got signed.
Probably did.
Yep. All right. Move on.
No. FTR versus the Acclaimed versus the Cucamonga Kids.
All right. This one I have thumbs downs.
I can't imagine why.
Oh, by the way, I do have some from the ladder match also. Why have the guy that had to retire because of concussions go headfirst through a table?
Right.
First question. Shivani has to go.
Please.
And why are the heels chasing the babyface pop for the tables?
Good question.
I have those. I had a couple of thoughts on this tag match. Number one, I never thought I'd be bored during an FTR match.
Oh my god. It took forever. I took a nap. I fell asleep during it. Can you imagine what a regular day in the Robinson Storm household is? He's general craziness and her delusional thinking. She's a 1950s Scarlet. I'd like to be a fly on the wall in that house. It'd be a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie, it'd be a lot of fun.
Oh my goodness. My other issue with this the three-way. If a
All of
three-way
it?
is no if a three-way is a no DQ match, why did they try to hide the belts when they used them as a weapon?
Well, what I don't know, I can never keep track of who was actually legal.
Legal? No, I lost track about a quarter of the way through. Easy.
It wasn't even that far because it was like if one of them tagged in and their partner came in, and I was like, what? And FTR has never looked. I know. FTR has never looked more weak, in my opinion. Although,
And then I did like the beatdown at the end with the Grizzled Young Vets, though.
I was just gonna say the one good thing about that match was the end when Grizzled Young Vets come out.
I do like that team.
So, Reb,
Yes.
question of the night. Since I have the answers, I can't give stars.
Oh, I have to guess this.
Yeah, don't guess this. I want you to give what your star rating
What I would.
have been.
Oh, I'm not guessing what Dave said. I'm giving what.
I want you to give I want you to say what you would give. Actually, you could say what you would give and then say what he probably gave.
Okay, I would give it about 3 stars, and I think that's generous.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Dave gave it because it's the Bucks. I think Dave gave it 5 stars.
Sure did. 5 stars. That was not a 5-star match.
No, there weren't even 5 stars in that match.
No, there was 4, and that was even pushing it.
Well, 4 if you count Billy Gunn.
Exactly, that's what I meant.
All right.
Next was the gauntlet. I did not keep track of who all came in when.
I didn't either. I will say this: I'm not surprised that Tony messed up the rules to a gauntlet match.
No. Okay.
Well, the traditional gauntlet. I go by the TNA gauntlet match.
Didn't they normally have to? Somebody had to win, then another person comes in, and then that person has to.
That's the original idea for gauntlet. The AEW gauntlet match is where it's like a Royal Rumble style. Everybody comes in intervals, and over the top rope is eliminations, and then the last 2 guys in the ring go to a pinfall.
Yeah, that wasn't even what they did this time.
No, this is just if the first guy pins the second guy, the match is over.
Yep.
Now, in order for that to be a viable stipulation, they have to do that sometime.
Yeah, but they won't.
They won't because they got to get all their guys on.
That's how they're getting everybody in there. But stand out in this
version of getting his shit in.
I say stand out of this. So probably one of your thumbs up is Nigel, because Nigel was awesome.
Nigel was so good. I loved him with Sabre Jr.
Yes,
That's not the World of Sport style.
And that was surprising when Sabre came out too.
Yeah, it was a
because he just won what G1?
He won the G1, so he came into this match with a guaranteed title shot for New Japan, and he could have theoretically won a title shot for AEW also.
That's just crazy.
Yeah. Ricochet looked good in the match. We aren't going to talk about his trollery on Twitter the last couple of days.
Oh my god.
It didn't take him long to get the Tony Khan method of social media going.
Not at all. I'm just going to say
tread lightly.
Tread lightly. Because Samantha's still at WWE.
Now, I was thinking about this because I kind of mentioned that in our group chat earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to adjust that. I don't know if that's necessarily the case where she might get heat for this now. If it was Vince still in charge, I would say yes.
Yeah.
Hunter's one of the boys. So I think he wouldn't take it out on Samantha. Plus, he knows what he's got with Samantha.
Right. Because she's fantastic.
She's marvelous.
Actually, when I was watching that NXT, I didn't realize that was when she was starting to be ring announcer then.
Yeah.
Because she was ring announcer in NXT also.
Okay. Can I say something else about the gauntlet match?
Sure.
Adam Page took that guitar shot like a fucking champ.
Oh my gosh.
Chef's kiss. I don't know if it's chef's kiss for Hangman Page, but that guitar shot was marvelous.
And his face when Ricochet came out?
Yeah.
Oh, that was classic.
You know what? I'm honestly surprised that Tony didn't try to squeeze Ospreay into the gauntlet also, just so they could do the Ospreay Ricochet stare down.
You know that's going to happen now.
Well, yeah, because Ricochet is wrestling Fletcher tomorrow, and he's Ospreay's boy. So
I know. Let's see. What else did I like in that?
Oh, I'll tell you what I didn't like. Okada does not have the charisma to be snarky.
No. Briscoe. Hit Briscoe in
Of
there.
course.
Love
the kid.
Briscoe.
Best thing on the show. Well, best thing on the match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I generally take a moral stance against using a guitar as a weapon, but I'll appreciate the taking of the. Although I wish that might have been a different weapon than a guitar. But
it's Jeff Jarrett. It can't be anything other than a guitar. Sorry.
Well, it could be a gold record because he did use that on Ahmed Johnson back in the day.
True.
But anyway, okay, so you're probably gonna ask me.
So Christian Cage ends up winning
with an assist from what we thought was a Luchasaurus.
I was hoping it was gonna be a. I was hoping it was gonna be a turn.
But it was a swerve.
It was a swerve.
So
But okay,
Christian has a shot. So you're probably gonna ask me my star rating for this match.
what would you have given it, and what did Meltzer give it?
I'm gonna give it. I would give it 4.
Okay.
I'm thinking they probably give it 4.5.
Nope, 4.
Not just 4 flat. Okay.
Yep, 4 flat.
I don't like all the agreeing I'm doing with Meltzer. It doesn't sit right in my tummy.
It's not sitting right. Well, that's okay. I'm sure we're gonna fix that here in a minute.
Oh boy, what's next?
Yep. Although actually, we're definitely gonna fix it later on. I can guarantee you. Next up was Will Ospreay and MJF.
Okay, I'll say this: favorite match of the night.
Oh, mine too. Well,
and you know what? I was iffy on the finish with Garcia's interjection, like when it happened, like when I watched it.
Mm-hmm.
But this morning, MJF called into Busted Open, like to the hotline. He wasn't a guest, and he called in and basically just cut a promo on Garcia about what he's going to do to him. And now I'm on board with the Garcia interference.
Well,
especially if we're getting Red Death Garcia.
So let's have some fun. Let's do this. But okay, you watched the match. Did the streamers drive you absolutely insane?
Oh, the streamers. Tony needs to realize you can't do that outdoors.
Oh my God. And then they were stuck there
for the rest of the night.
Yes, I was so annoyed. So annoyed.
For Pete's sake.
And I know that these are little things that we're nitpicking at, but there were people that had paid. Did you see some of the pictures they were sending of what they got to see, and they had paid like $500?
I saw a guy saying he was going to ask for a refund because he couldn't see shit.
Yeah. And did it not look as full this year as it did last year?
I know they were about 30,000 less in the seats, but I think the crowd was hotter.
The crowd was hot. Yeah, I'll give them that. But then again, like they always say, they're not over there very often.
That's right. It's a special thing. That's the same thing with Dynamite at Wales. I heard the crowd was white hot for that show too.
Oh, it was. It was not a great show, but they were white hot for it.
Yeah. A couple takeaways from this Max Ospreay match. Number one, another criticism of Tony Schiavone. He shouldn't, and I got the quote, Schiavone probably shouldn't say, quote, MJF thinks he can do a flip right after MJF successfully did a flip.
Right. Yeah, I caught that too.
Did you see the stooge cameraman in his underwear?
Who didn't see the stooge cameraman in
That's
his
the guy trying to get himself over on a pay-per-view.
Dressed in all black with every color under the rainbow on his drawers. Yes, that
and his socks.
Yes, and his socks.
That's a guy that knew he was taking a bump and knew he was going to get noticed somehow.
Yeah.
And Mark Henry ripped him a new one on Busted Open on Monday.
Did he? Oh
man.
I can't wait.
If you can go back and listen to that on Sirius, oh my God. It was just marvelous. Like, just couldn't understand.
I love Mark though, so all right.
All right, stars.
Stars. What would you have given it? Now, I'm gonna remind you, this is out of what, 7?
He does 7. I try to stay true to the original 5, but I'll do 7 just to keep up with Dave's ranking system.
Okay.
I was going to give that match 6. I will say that's a 6-star match, and because I love the way they built to the Tiger Driver finish.
Right.
And they only did it once, and they didn't kick out of it.
Right.
I call I'm pointing at my camera on the computer as I'm doing because I'm reading my notes, but my iPad is to the side, so you're getting a nice profile shot here.
Yeah, we're getting a profile shot of you going like this. It's great. Actually, I take that back. It's this.
This is my old man yells at crowd.
All
right.
Okay, so what'd you think Dave gave it?
I said 6 stars. I'm gonna guess because it's Osprey that they gave it 7.
Nope, it got 6.
Damn it! Why am I keep agreeing with Dave Meltzer? I do not like this.
Well, this next one you probably will agree. But the one after it, I'm almost 100% sure you're not going to agree with it.
Oh, is this what I think it is?
Well, this one, this is Monet, Mercedes Monet, CEO.
Okay.
Against DMD.
Okay, I've got a few. First off, thumbs down. I just put Mercedes in general.
Okay, hold on. She got a part of a thumbs up for me for her entrance because she had 3 corgis in that little stagecoach thing with her.
She got me with the corgis. I have a problem with the entrance though. She couldn't find a horse.
Right. I know.
She got a few jabronis and beef eaters to pull her friggin' chariot out there.
And that damn thing sat out there all freaking night.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually surprised.
I thought it was just stage dressing for the show.
I did too. I was actually surprised it made it through the Bucks match, in all honesty.
Oh, I would have thought they would have done a moonsault off of it or something.
Something.
I have a thought about Camille.
They've ruined her like Lethal?
They have ruined her. She should not be reacting that much.
No.
Ringside. She needs to be statuesque.
She needs to be China.
She needs to be China. Exactly. That should be her template.
Yes.
They made her look like an idiot with the belt thing on the apron when they edited her.
Well, and they made her. Well, Wednesday didn't help matters at all either.
Oh, is that the one where she fell in Mercedes' lap in the chair?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they made her look like a total schmuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've ruined Camille. And
yep, she's done already.
She's so yeah.
Yep.
Add her to the list of people Tony's ruined.
Go figure. Britt Baker, I did kind of enjoy the whole switching the glove back and forth that Monet had it, then Britt had it, then Monet had blah, blah, blah. I get where they were going with that, but it was annoying.
I'll say this. This was the best match that Mercedes has had since she's been in AEW. That being said, it was still not a great match. Breathe. Deep breaths. You want to read this one while you gather yourself? Okay, AJ, said it before and I'll say it again. Mercedes thinks she's Eddie Guerrero, but she's Viano 4 at best. Wow. I would thought you'd say Viano 5. Are you all right?
Yes. All right. So, what star rating would you have given this?
I would give this 1.5.
Okay. What do you think Dave gave it?
It's Mercedes. I'm going to say Dave gave it 4 3/4.
Well, this is going to make you feel better. You are way off. He gave it 2.5.
Okay. Well, I mean,
there wasn't much there, in all honesty, and I didn't think Britt was going to. I wanted Britt to win it, but that was only if Jamie Hayter was going to come back and be in her corner.
Right.
But obviously, that's not going to happen. But again, that was common sense, and we all know how common sense and Tony are not friends. So, exactly. Oh, remind me to tell you a story about that picture later. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I got a story to tell you about that one later. Anyway, yeah, so there's that. But since common sense isn't Tony's best friend,
It's true.
what do you do?
That's right. All right.
The match I was dreading.
This, I think I know which one you're talking about. The coffin match, aren't you?
Sure am.
This was just a big fat stinkeroo, in my opinion.
Oh, it was terrible.
Terrible. Why did Darby have thumbtacks glued to his face?
I still remember putting that in the chat, and you all were like, "What?" I was like, "Hold on, let me find you a picture." I'm
What
not
the-
shitting you.
What is he trying to?
He's trying to kill himself. I think. I don't know.
I think he thinks that's how he's going to get over the most, is by actually dying in the ring, or outside of the ring, or through the ring, or under the ring, or on fire, or hanging from the ring. Who knows? When Jungle Jackoff is not the worst part of the match,
there's a problem.
There's a problem.
So anyway, they get Darby in the coffin, which we both called. We knew that was as soon as they made a coffin match. I was like, "Yep, Darby's not winning."
Body bag and coffin, by the way.
I noticed that. Did you notice their body bag actually zips?
I noticed. Yeah, it's a full size body bag. It's about 3 sizes too big for Darby.
Yep, sure was. But then he poured. Where did they get that gasoline? Yep, why did they piss in the gasoline cup?
That's a good old British petrol.
Yeah, that was something, that's for sure.
Petrol.
Petrol. I don't know if that was a rib on.
It could have been a rib on somebody, but I don't know that.
Yep, I say AJ. Fun fact: first time Darby has ever lost a coffin match.
Is it really a fun fact? Just say it's a fact.
It's a fact. Yeah. So, and then of course Sting comes out at the end. Got the huge Sting pop. How much did I roll my eyes whenever I'm waiting until you finish your drink?
Go on.
How quickly did I jump in the thing and I said, "Sting is back. Yay." Like, thought you were retired, damn it.
Well, to be fair, he didn't wrestle, but I mean, did they bring back?
But he forgot his bat.
Tony? He didn't have. I thought he had his bat.
He had his bat, then he forgot it in the ring. Then he had to roll back into the ring to go get. Oh, and Jungle Jackoff with his damn bag, and I was like, shit, here come the thumbtacks. And then it was all shattered glass.
Oh, broken glass. Cry me a river.
I'm so over it. It's seriously, it's a dead horse. Quit beating it.
Mm-hmm. That's a way to talk about Aubrey.
I know, right? But yeah, yeah. Okay, so what would you have given it?
Half a star.
And what would Meltzer given it?
Let's see. Darby, Buckery, Sting, Bucks showed up. I'm gonna say 7.5.
No. But it's still kind of disturbing because it got a 5-star rating.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Dave.
Hey, Jack Perry, Darby Allin and Young Bucks, FTR, and The Acclaim both got 5 stars on this show.
Big shocker.
Right? And then we have our main event.
I really liked this match.
It was good. It wasn't my favorite, but it was good.
There was a head scratching moment in this, but I think this is the best match for his career.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I admit it got me kind of in the feels seeing the little ones in the crowd hanging out and doing the thing.
Seeing the little girl cry when Daddy was bleeding
right in front of her.
I was like, dude, did you not forewarn your kid? Hey, this is
kayfabe.
Daddy's okay. It's gonna be all right.
Hey, by the way, can we get you to make a sign at the next show we go to that says "We cheer for Daddy"?
I already have to make one that says "Daddy says so."
Oh, hold that up while Barry has his "Daddy said so" sign.
Okay.
We cheer for Daddy.
We cheer for Daddy. No, I can't.
Why?
BA called himself Daddy. No, not happening. Not happening.
Hold up a sign that says "Not my daddy."
Okay, that I'm okay with. That one I'm okay with.
Okay, the biggest head scratcher in this match, Minders, I think we agree. So, Brian takes the Death Valley driver on the apron. The back of his head hits the ring bell.
Yeah.
Not a bad spot.
No.
Good heat spot. Why was he bleeding from his forehead?
I mentioned this in the group chat as
You
soon as
mentioned it.
it happened.
And
like,
you were not lying.
I told you.
You can't get yourself just a little bit in the back. I got plenty of folds and wrinkles in the back of my head. I could just do that so I can get a little blood back there if I needed to.
I was like, how do you hit the back of your head and the front of your head bleeds?
Well, Ric Flair could because he's got scar tissue for days on his forehead. If he sneezes, he starts bleeding.
Well, I know that, but
Dragonson, not so much.
right. I was just real confused when that one happened because I was like, huh?
Yeah.
And I don't know if anybody else, like, I know we noticed it, but I don't know if anybody else would have noticed it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, they got AEW blinders on. I finally
Oh,
put
I
my
know.
finger on this, Minders. Tony is not booking AEW for wrestling fans.
No.
He's booking AEW for AEW fans.
Yes, he is.
Which means he's not actively trying to get new fans.
Right.
He might get some with Ricochet showing up. He might get some WWE rollover, but not enough to make a big difference.
But see, I think Ricochet's going to fit in there because they do the flippy dippy shit.
I think Ricochet's going to fit right in. I think honestly, and I don't usually say this about AEW. I think this is the perfect spot for Ricochet, and he made the right decision.
I think he did too, if he can just keep his mouth shut.
Uh-huh.
But all right, so Danielson wins, which but we've all kind of decided we know when he's dropping it.
Yeah, he's going to hold it to the end of the year.
He's going to hold till, what is it?
World's End.
World's End.
Because that's in Seattle, right?
Yep.
Are we going to get Danielson versus McGuinness one more time before he retires?
God, I hope so.
Me too.
But right now we got to do a Christian Cage, which I actually can't wait because I'm sure Christian's promos are going to be amazing.
Can I make a prediction?
Sure.
Because there's no timetable on this contract that Christian got. It's just whenever he wants to cash it in, he's got it. So I think Swerve challenges Danielson at World's End. Well, it can be Swerve or it can be Darby. I don't know which one.
It can't be Darby. It can't be Darby.
Why?
Darby's a face. Then you have two faces going against each other.
That doesn't matter to Tony.
I know. I'm excited to see what kind of speech a fatherhood Christian has lined up for it.
Oh yeah. But anyway, my idea: Danielson retains the title at World's End. Big feel good moment. He's going to retire as the champion, and then here comes Christian. Kill switch. 1, 2, 3. Shits all over the audience. And the moment Danielson has to retire, and Christian walks out with the world title.
One problem.
Okay.
That makes sense. What?
It does make sense. I know. What was I thinking?
I'm not wrong.
What the hell was I thinking?
What the hell were you thinking? All right. So how many stars would you have given this match?
I would give this a solid 6 stars.
Okay, now you gave Will and MJF 6 stars also.
There were 2 different kinds of matches.
That's very true. So what do you think Meltzer gave it?
I really hope he didn't agree with me. I'll say 6.5.
Meltzer said 6.5. So you were right on what he gave it. So
okay.
I
don't like how close all my star ratings were to what Meltzer would say.
That's just because
it troubles me to agree with him at all.
Okay. So AJ just threw up there. Anyone else sad Swerve lost belt? I am. I loved his run.
I'm sad with the way they booked Swerve for his entire run.
Me too.
The title. He was basically an afterthought for most of this. What, 5 months he was champion?
Yeah. And
mean,
does this mean we're getting Paige and Swerve again? Because I'm over that.
Yeah, because he showed up, didn't he, during that main event?
Sure as hell did.
Oh, we probably are. Ugh. It's gonna be the feud
All
that
right.
doesn't go away, Minderz.
Can we
All right.
we quit talking about stuff that
We
makes
can
me
talk-
depressed?
We can stop talking about AEW.
Thank you.
We still have a watch on to get to, but first, do you want to? We got one more video you sent me,
Okay.
so why don't we throw that up?
You
here?
need to pay close attention to this one. We're hey, by the way, save this one because this one's getting played both nights.
Okay. Am I in trouble?
It's like my favorite. So
All right, now I'm kind of nervous. But here we go.
Yo, Reb, happy retirement, man. I hope that now that you're retired, you're going to do everything you wanted to do with all that free time. He's not retired. It's his birthday. Jeez, why does that dude just look old as heck? Happy birthday, Reb. I hope you have a good one, man. I'm sorry that you have to be podcasting with Mindy on your birthday.
Like you're cackling in the background.
I love it.
Oh, that Jordan Perry. He's something.
That one has between that one and Kid Riot. Those were my two favorites.
I was kind of expecting a run-in on that one, to be honest with you. When you were
Well.
saying how much you enjoyed it, I thought somebody was going to make an appearance.
Nope. And hey, this is what you have to look forward to. So I sent you got how many today? How many
think
did
it
I
was
send you today?
Six or seven, I think.
Hold on, let me double check because I can about tell you.
Oh, I can tell you.
1, 2,
Seven.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. And I still have. I need to add one more to it because I got another one today, and I might get another one tomorrow yet. You got another 8 coming,
Oh, crap.
so you have 9 for tomorrow.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I appreciate all the love and the.
You might change your tone tomorrow night.
That might be you. Did you do what I think you did?
What?
Nothing.
I went back to innocent. Did you see how fast I'm like being all snarky? And then I went back to innocent. Like, what? I didn't do anything.
Very smooth, Minderz. All right.
Actually, I have one that just sent a picture because they said you didn't deserve a happy birthday wish from them.
Well, that's not nice.
You'll understand.
Okay. All right. Well, Minderz.
His papa was in the chat earlier.
I figured this much. All right. Well, Minderz, we got a watch along to get to here, and
What else did we have to talk about? Was there anything else we had to talk about?
well, we had the. I want to get this AI booking done, but I think we're going to say that for next week. when we
Let's
have a
do
little bit more
that.
time.
Yep. Oh, you need to. Can you play the Sid thing, or you're gonna play it at the end?
I'm playing at the end.
Okay.
We'll talk about Sid at the end.
Okay.
One thing I do want to do real quick, I want to put over a guy from GCW this weekend, Griffin McCoy. He had the most effective and efficient counter to a cartwheel that nobody does, but he wrestled Jack Cartwheel both nights. One was a single, one was in a scramble match. And Jack Cartwheel, as evidenced by his name, likes to do cartwheels.
No.
Like he works it into the moves, and they look good. He's not sloppy or anything. He's very precise. I think he was a gymnast, so those guys are very good about body control.
Yes.
But more than once, he would do the cartwheel. Griffin McCoy would catch him mid cartwheel with his legs outstretched right in front of him. Bam! Just karate chop right to the testicles.
Oh, owie.
And then another time he was doing a cartwheel, Griffin caught him and then just hoisted him up in a tombstone without having to. So I thought this guy, he's got a fan in me because he wrestled smart.
Yeah.
Wrestling this guy. So I just wanted to throw that out. I was going to put him over there real quick today before we get into our watch along. And I told you we're going mid-south for this watch along, Minderz. But first, hang on. use the bobbing music whenever I can.
You need to turn
So-
that down a little bit on that one.
Yeah, I gotta remaster that a little bit.
That was a little loud.
The good thing is that it's only once a month, so I got plenty of time.
Right. Till you forget.
All right. So I sent you the link. Yes.
Yes. You
got it
put the
queued
link up in the chat? I do.
I should. Yeah. Let me do that real quick.
We'll give people a little bit of time to.
Yeah. While I put this in the chat, I'm going to say that I love Mid-South Wrestling. It's my favorite territory from the old days.
Question.
The link is in the chat, so if anybody wants to click on that in another window, then you're welcome to do so.
Yep, we'll give everybody a minute to do that. Are we talking about our announcement yet?
Not yet. I'm going to.
Okay.
We'll be doing that here before too long. You talking about the one that I mentioned earlier this week, or the one that we're building to?
The one that everybody might be extremely excited about.
Oh no, we haven't. I'm gonna do that probably after either tonight or maybe tomorrow night. I'm gonna make a little announcement for that. So stay tuned because yeah, it's something a little bit different, but I think you'll hopefully be interested in that. So
well, Papa Cooper's hoping that you're quitting, but
he's always hoping.
All right,
I'm the one in charge of the buttons and the things. So
believe me, we discovered that out today.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, so the match we're going to be doing here is a tag team match from Mid-South 1982. And it's the Mid-South Tag Team Championships, no disqualification, loser leaves town for 90 days. So there is backstory to this.
For 90 days. So in other words, they got booked somewhere else.
He got booked somewhere else, yes.
Yeah, okay, got it.
Actually, not in this case, but I'll get to that here after the match is over. So the backstory is here. It was supposed to be Mr. Olympia and Junkyard Dog versus Ted DiBiase and Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Okay.
The Rat Pack. At the start of the show, Bill Watts gets on camera and announces that Duggan has been detained. They don't know what that means. If it was, I can put my thumbs up.
I don't know. Why you keep hitting your thumbs up button?
I think it's just gesturing with my hand, and my thumb happens
to be. Gotcha.
But so anyway, so Duggan's been detained. He's not going to be there. So DiBiase puts a call in. He gets Matt Bourne from Atlanta to come and be his partner, which they're saying maybe this is gamesmanship. So Bourne takes the fall. He's gone, and no harm done.
No harm, no foul. Gotcha.
Because Duggan is he's the Louisiana state champion. DiBiase's the North American champion, which is like their top guy.
Okay.
And then the Dog and Olympia the tag champs. So I guess Mid-South's board of directors offered to bail Duggan out, but DiBiase said no, he already got Matt Bourne. They're going to do that. So they say okay.
Okay.
During this taping, the Louisiana State Fair is going on. Like outside of because the building, the Irish McDougal Boys Club is at the fairgrounds in Louisiana.
Okay.
So you'll see a lot of kids out in the crowd, and then and that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, because I promised you I wasn't gonna watch this.
Yes. Okay. So if you are ready, and I think we gave everybody suitable
ample time. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gonna go 3, 2, 1 play, or how are we doing this?
I'll go 3, 2, 1 play, and I'm hoping there's no ads here because this is on YouTube. So here we go. 3, 2, 1 play. You got Reeser Bowden, the ring announcer, in there.
Okay.
And,
or remaining television time. Okay.
Yes, they were big on remaining television time. They had standby matches for if this match didn't go the time limit.
Gotcha.
There's DiBiase and Matt Bourne in all their glory. I love that belt, by the way.
They like zoomed in on them on this.
Yes. For those that don't know, DiBiase's wearing the black glove because right before his heel turn, he had injured his hand and he wore a glove for protection. But then he wound up turning heel on the Dog by loading the glove up and knocking him out and taking his title.
I'm guessing we're
getting black gloves.
I'm guessing we're getting Junkyard music right now.
Yeah, I believe this would be another one bites the dust at this time.
Nice. I love JYD. Oh, okay. Here we go. All right.
wearing his tag title backwards for some reason.
I was gonna say, aren't you gonna let him take his belt off? Come on now.
No, it is.
Okay.
It's a dogfight. It's a tornado tag, pretty much. It seems like at the beginning. Before it's not officially a Torando. There
Or
are
a
tags. I
Torando?
believe.
Okay.
Mr. Olympia. I don't know how familiar you are with Mr. Olympia Minderz, but he was a pretty big baby face for a couple years before he turned heel.
Wasn't he the
on
one that was
Dog.
in the plane accident or something?
No, that's Mr. Wrestling.
Oh, that was Mr. Wrestling. Okay.
Mr. Wrestling
I
number
haven't-
1, not Mr. Wrestling number 2.
Gotcha.
All right, you see, you got the heels regrouping on the floor. That is Arthur Neely is the referee there, if I'm remember correctly.
He looks like kind of looks like a baby.
A little bit. Another thing about Matt Bourne is, if you remember Doink the Clown, remember the whoopee cushion?
Mhm.
That was finished off the top rope. Top rope is illegal in Mid-South.
Okay.
But this is no disqualification. So one of the
Okay.
things that they mentioned on commentary was maybe DiBiase brought Bourne in knowing it was no DQ because he had that move loaded up that he could use to take somebody out. There's
That makes
Dog.
sense.
This is optimum Dog here.
It is. I love Dog.
This he was in shape. He had the afro. The red boots I always thought were weird looking when you know Dog, as long as we knew him from wearing the white boots.
Mm-hmm.
So DiBiase almost gets pinned, rolls out.
Are you a little bit behind me, maybe?
Yeah, where are you at time wise?
244, 45, 46.
Okay, 47, 48, 49. I think we're good. So we're at a standoff.
I'm at 52. Yeah, there.
Oh,
Yeah,
for Pete's sake. Okay, we're good.
we're good.
All right. So we got tag. Mr. Olympia. He looks like a Russian heel with that red mask on. But
He does. God, Matt Bourne, he was so good.
he was very underrated if he couldn't get his shit together.
Hopefully he could have. I wished he would have got his shit together.
Right? The best Doink.
Yes, by far.
Yes. Ooh. All right, now we've restored some order in this match. It's still no DQ, but they got everybody to their corners.
Oh, they just made them. So I turned on my closed captioning.
Uh-huh.
So I did see where they just made the comment about the top rope being illegal. So
yeah. Ooh, look at that.
oh.
DiBiase's so good. And he was like the hottest baby face outside of the Dog until about 2 months before this when he turned heel on him.
Well, you couldn't turn the Dog heel. That just wasn't
Dog
gonna...
was no.
You couldn't. The people wouldn't let you turn him heel.
No. And DiBiase is such a natural heel.
He really is. I mean, he's in my book. He's one of the top heels that I remember growing up.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm not gonna say he's a top heel, but he's one of the top heels.
Like, what are we doing?
I love this. And again, it's no disqualification.
Oh yeah, they drove that point home plenty on this match. If you're wondering why I'm looking to an angle, because I got the match on my computer with the iPad catching the profile.
Now, can you see this? So then that way, whenever the finish of this match happens, you can watch my face or.
Oh yes. Okay. Did you see that?
Yeah.
There's a fella in a gorilla suit from the fair.
Nice.
He was kind of making the rounds all through this taping. And
are we sure he's just from the fair?
That's what Bill Watts says. So he was giving candy out to the kiddos and cheering on the baby faces on the earlier matches. Yeah, stiff armbar there on Matt Bourne. Matt Bourne looks kind of like Eugene in this match.
He kind of does. He does remind me of Eugene. Not sure that's a good thing.
Can I tell you something funny about the Dog? When the Dog wears the red trunks that says Thump on the back, whenever Stacy sees him, he thinks it says Trump.
Oh, jeez. No. That was way before.
Yes.
That was before that time.
Yes.
Gosh, how many times is he going to do that move? He does that a lot.
That's a go-to. Well,
the back
Dog
trip
isn't the most technically sound wrestler, so he's got to stick with what works.
Right. No,
Headbutts work.
Yeah, headbutts work. Ugh,
Oh, punch to the stomach.
the bread basket. Oh, another
Oh.
headbutt. Ouch.
Yes.
Leveling him.
Born's punch drunk.
Well,
You gotta get the hell out of there.
yeah. Come on, get out here. Get out here. Sit down.
Yeah, there's no seats on that side of the ring. That's just the side that goes to the locker room and to the announcer's position.
No, okay. Wait,
I think this is presented in the most complete way possible.
I was gonna say, I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
We're all four are back in the ring. What the hell?
Yeah. Oh, just a punch in the
Ouch.
forehead.
Owie.
DiBiase like, no.
Well, but okay, so I like having the closed captioning on.
Yeah.
Because actually, the commentators tried to sell that as a punch to the bridge of the nose.
Yeah, that was straight up forehead.
That was forehead.
Now, fun fact, Mr. Olympia, once he turned heel, would win the tag team championships with DiBiase about a year after this. Under
Now,
the watchful eye of General Skandar Akbar, might I add.
I kind of wonder what day they were on the road. Like,
I don't know.
Had we already been like Monday and this is Saturday?
I'm not sure what day they would do their TV tapings.
You know what I mean? Like, just how tired
Yeah.
they are at this point.
Oh, yeah, yeah. But he really does give off Eugene vibes, doesn't he?
He does. He really does.
Big 2 count by Olympia. Olympia was a strong dude. People forget how strong he was. And the video quality doesn't really do him justice.
No. No.
No. Alfred neatly checking him. And also the fact back in the day when on Mid-South when somebody would win with a sleeper hold, the referee made them wake the guy up after the match was over, or else they.
Oh wow! Hey, get off the mask!
Hey! Off the hood!
We both yell about the same thing.
Who do you think he is? Mikkel Murphy?
Right?
Doing that poor kid riot at AVW.
Or Camaro.
Well, Camaro can do what he wants.
Yeah.
He's the Grand Regent.
By the way, you got a birthday wish coming from him too.
Oh, nice. Oh, punch him in the short ribs.
Right? The DiBiase is holding him like,
don't fight dirty.
Ow!
Don't fight dirty.
Seriously though, next time I make signs, I'm making an ouch sign because I think that was my new favorite.
Yes. The careful there, whatever it said, is one of my favorites though.
Careful there.
Careful now.
What? Don't. No. Oh boy. Yep. Check him, ref.
Look at that. Look at that.
Very nice.
All you young heels watching this, take note. This is how you do heel tag team work.
And that's how you run from the babyface.
That's right. Just get behind the ring post. He can't get you.
Yep.
I don't know.
The ref's confused. Huh?
Did you see a tag there?
Sure didn't. I figure it's probably the good old fashioned, and we're going on.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, that's
no
classic.
DQ also, so double body slam.
If it's no DQ, then why does he keep forcing JYD out?
I think he's just trying to keep some semblance of order in this match.
But it's no DQ.
That's also Watts. So.
Well, that's true too.
If he's still alive, I'd love to get him on the podcast sometime, but I don't think he'd do it.
Who?
Bill Watts.
Oh, yeah. Good luck with that.
He's in his 80s. And
I want Briscoe.
Gerald?
Yes.
I mean, Dog. I like that detail. Dog trying to catch him so he wouldn't go into the. Okay, here we go.
Tag.
Look at that. Now he's going up to the top. There's that bombs away. And And I sent this to Devontae Knox and said he needs to consider doing this.
What'd he say?
He said he'll check it out.
Ah.
I love that power slam from DiBiase.
Oh,
It was so smooth. Yep, there you go.
headbutt. Now come
Watch out,
here.
referee.
Come here.
Hey, tag me in, buddy. Now get that hot tag. Yeah, Dog was hotter in Louisiana than Hogan was in New York, I would say.
It just sucks how much he lost when he went to WWE.
Yeah.
Oh, ow. Owie.
Yep, DiBiase is in trouble because Dog wants DiBiase out for 90 days.
Yeah. What are you doing? Oh, well, you didn't do much. Okay.
I see a Simeon.
I do too. Uh-huh.
Oh, yep, that you guessed right, Minderz. That is Hacksaw Duggan.
I wondered.
In the gorilla suit. Not a. I think he has hippie Johnny zipper problems with that zipper.
Yeah,
on
I
the
see
back.
that. I see that.
The big spear. He didn't do that 3-point stance clothesline that he did in WWF. He did a full-on spear. It was like a flying headbutt. That was his finish. But
well, it's
so
no DQ.
Yep, and DiBiase loaded the glove up. 1, 2. Dog is gone for 90 days.
Wow.
Yep. So DiBiase and Bourne are the tag champs. Rat Pack has basically all the belts except for one, which actually is Mr. Olympia. He's the Mississippi champion.
Well, here's the thing. You were telling me the way you were saying this, I thought it was going to be more funky than what you had said.
If Tony Khan had somebody in a gorilla suit come out and interfere in a match, you would be bullshit.
He had them in Ghostbuster outfits.
Yeah, and he had Hangman do the running in the Marshmallow Man costume.
Exactly.
But Watts didn't do that often with those kind of.
But here's the thing, though. It made sense. That's the difference.
Yes. They had a story to it. Duggan was detained. He wasn't there.
Right.
And it was the fair, so they could explain why some goofball in a monkey suit was running around.
Mm-hmm. Oh, goodness.
So, thoughts on the match, Minderz? I know you don't watch a lot of Mid-South.
I don't, but that's a lot of the stuff I like, though.
True.
Because I prefer old school. Although, granted, to me, it would have been a little better if it was not a no DQ. Just because.
Well, they had to explain the.
They had to explain the run-in, and I understand that. Yeah. The bomb's the way.
Off the top. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I understand. But it's still. No, that was a fun match. I like that match.
I am actually going to send you, Minderz, the match. I think this is the one where DiBiase turned on Dog and won the belt from him.
Okay.
So that's something to watch at some point.
I'll get there eventually.
Looks like, hey, hang on. Where's my breaking news thing here?
Oh.
New IWAU heavyweight champion, Minderz.
Devontae Knox?
Hang on, I'm putting the picture up here. Because I think it was a three-way. It was Clayton Clark, Devontae Knox, and Joey O'Reilly.
Uh-huh. Yeah! Yes!
Congratulations to our buddy Devontae.
Congrats, Devontae. So excited.
Yes, very excited.
You know what? I just remembered something we still need to talk about.
What's that?
Bash at Berlin.
Oh yeah, we got a pay-per-view coming up, don't we? we'll make it quick. We'll just we'll hit.
And are we gonna hit No Mercy too? Because that's this weekend too.
I don't know if I have time for No Mercy.
Okay. I don't even know what's happening on No Mercy. I know I'm gonna watch it, but
sure. I know it's Paige and Hendry.
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
Which I'm excited about that one.
I can't believe I did that. I said his name.
Well, he's gay. I love it.
Say his name and he appears.
There he is. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Let me see if I can find the Bash at Berlin card here. It's only like 5 matches.
I'll see if I can find the NXT card.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, I got the matches for Bash in Berlin. While you look for that, we'll just run these down here. I'll start from the bottom and work my way up to the main event.
Okay.
So first up, Women's Tag Team Championship, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn versus Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill.
Okay.
I'm thinking Bianca and Jade, you're gonna get the belts back.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Nope.
I love that they're pushing Alba and Isla this way.
They're not in
They're
America.
That's true, but they've been getting some pretty big wins on TV also the last few weeks. So
that's my.
Okay.
I think Alba Fire and yeah.
Don't you mean Kaylee Ray?
Yeah, that's actually what I mean, but they changed their name, so.
When in Rome, they say.
Yep.
All right. Strap match: Punk versus McIntyre. I think Punk gets his win back here.
Does he though?
I like the idea of. I mean, if he doesn't win, then what need is there for another match? And they got to do a Hell in a Cell, right?
True. But when does he get his bracelet back?
I think Drew wrecks it.
Okay.
I think Drew destroys it.
All
right. Your pick?
I'm gonna go with Drew.
Okay. I do like
but
it.
My whole thought behind that is it's not his hometown, but it's close to his hometown. So that's kind of my thought.
It's Europe. So.
It's Europe.
Yeah.
And that way he could get his feel-good moment that he didn't get at Clash at the Castle.
Remains to be seen, but maybe. Let's see here. The Terror Twins, Priest and Ripley versus Dominic Mysterio, Liv Morgan in a mixed tag team match.
Buckery, Liv, and Dom. Although, hold on a second. Who got the better of who Monday night?
Priest and Rhea got the best of Dominic and Judgment Day on Monday.
I think there's going to be fuckery. I think, though, Rhea's finally going to get the riptide on Dom.
I think Rhea and Priest win. I think Rhea pins Liv. I don't think Dom gets the riptide yet. I think they're saving that.
For when?
Is it nuts to say WrestleMania?
Yeah. It can't go that far. How about Survivor Series? How about Survivor Series?
Okay, I'll say Survivor Series because Rhea's winning the belt at Mania.
Yeah.
Rhea's winning the Rumble, then she gets Liv at Mania. I'm calling it now.
Okay.
All right. WWE Undisputed Championship, which is actually disputed. Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens.
Cody.
It's Cody, yeah.
It's got to be Cody.
It's got to be.
But I do like the fact that they're toying with that whole thing where they toyed with the idea of KO hitting Cody in the head, but then handing him the belt. And
yeah.
I'm getting NXT vibes for when Sami Zayn won the belt. And
you've got to keep your head on a swivel with that Kevin Owens.
You do. You really do.
Yeah.
That's why I love him.
Yes. Next up here. Oh crap, we're coming up on 3 hours.
I know. And what I looked up No Mercy, and it's only like 5 matches too. It's 6 matches.
Okay.
So
all right. Well, we still got the main event here. World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther defending against Randy Orton. If Orton wins the title, he will transfer to Raw, and Gunther will be moved to SmackDown.
I don't. Oh.
Here's my question.
They can't take the belt off Gunther already.
No, but if Gunther loses, he can go to SmackDown and challenge Cody.
That's true. But I don't like the idea of him being a transitional champion.
Me either. I prefer the idea of Orton beating Cody than Gunther.
I do too.
So I'm going to pick Gunther. Plus, he's got to get that hometown pop.
Yeah, well, like I said, I don't see them taking the belt off of Gunther already. And I hate it because I want Randy. I want Randy to get his 9 time?
What?
Is it? He's been
14.
14. But I want him to get that for the simple fact when he broke it down last night, he said, he helped combine them. He was the last one to hold it. This is the only belt that he hasn't had his name on.
Which is actually untrue, because Cena actually is the last one to hold it, because he was carrying both belts when Brock beat him. But I'm not going to tell Randy that.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with Randy.
I'm not going to let the facts get in the way of a good story, Minderz.
Me either.
All right.
Not when it's a good story. Now, if it was a story like Tony would tell, then yeah, we'd let it get in the way all the time. But
thanks,
guys. That's almost as bad as "Hey guys." Pieces of good. Oh, I'm sorry. Hi guys.
Yeah, it's hi guys.
My bad. Oh crap. Go back. Okay.
Okay. So Minderz, do you have No Mercy loaded up?
I do. I'm not sure what order these are supposed to be in. It doesn't say.
Okay.
So I'm just going to start with what I think. I think the order they're going to have it. So plain simple singles match. Wes Lee versus Zachary Wentz.
I'm going to go with Wes Lee.
Me too. Although everybody hates him right now.
Unless we get some Trey Miguel interference.
We might, and if that's the case, then Zachary's going to win.
Right.
If he doesn't get caught.
Right.
Tag team match for the NXT Tag Team Championship. We've got Chase University, which is Andre and Ridge Holland.
Okay. You look puzzled.
Versus Nathan Frazier and Axiom. Who in their right? Okay. That's not the version of Chase U. Oh, he's got the other type. Never mind. I forgot. He's got the cup or whatever, doesn't he? The Heritage Cup.
Who's that? Oh, Riley. What's his name?
Oh, I thought Duke had it.
I don't know. I'm kind of behind on my NXT. So
I am too. Sure. Anyway, it's Andre Chase and Ridge Holland as the Chase University tag team.
Okay. I want it to be Axiom and Frazier. I'm a fan of Nathan Frazier.
Oh, I am too. I've met him. I've hung out with him. I love Nathan. But I kind of want...
Kind of looks like Jake Painter.
He does, but I kind of want Nathan Frazier to turn on Axiom. So... Because they were kind of teasing that earlier, so I kind of want to see it happen.
Okay.
Singles match for the NXT North American Championship.
Sir
Obafemi versus Tony D'Angelo with Stacks, Luca. How the hell do you pronounce his last name? Crucifino.
Spell it.
Crucifino.
Spell, not pronounced.
Crusifino.
I think it's right. Crucifino.
And Adriana Rizzo.
Oba.
Duh.
He will eat all of them.
Actually, as much as I love Oba, do you think he's ready for the main yet?
I don't think he'll go main until he wins the NXT Championship.
Okay.
I do think he's ready for that.
Well, the reason I say that is because Tony's the one that dethroned Tommaso.
No.
Yes.
He beat Tommaso, but he didn't win the belt from him.
Right. But Tommaso should have won the belt. But okay.
Well, that's your bias talking.
No, it's not. Shut up. Singles match for the NXT Women's North American Championship. So we have Keilani Jordan versus Wendy Chu.
This is Angry Chu also.
This is Angry Chu. Yes, this is Angry Chu.
I'm gonna pick Angry Chu.
I could see that.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna go Keilani. Just so we don't agree.
Well, yeah, it's no fun to agree.
Right? Now, I'm not sure which one of these is going to be the main event. So I'm going to start with the women's match. Singles match for NXT Women's Championship. Roxy versus Jada Parker.
Okay.
I've seen some of what Jada Parker does, but I don't think she's Roxy's hot right now. Roxy's hot
on fire right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I was kind of surprised it wasn't Lola again, in all honesty.
Right. because she was on the commercial.
Yeah, exactly. Do we smell interference?
Maybe.
And then, of course, we have. Do you have your thing ready? Because I got to say his name. We have Ethan Page, champion, versus Joe Hendry. There he is. Now, I didn't realize this, and maybe we need to get caught up before we watch NXT No Mercy. Singles match for the NXT Championship with Trick Williams as a special guest referee.
Ooh.
I smell fuckery.
There could be some fuckery.
So I'm going to say Paige retains.
I'm going to say Joe Hendry wins just because of morbid curiosity how they're going to handle having the NXT title on TNA television.
That would actually be fun.
Although I will throw out an idea because I don't know how much you're following TNA, Minderz. Joe
Because we don't watch enough wrestling as it is, right?
Right. But
okay.
I'm going to give you a potentially mind-blowing idea for a finish here.
Okay.
In favor of Ethan Page.
Okay.
Do you know who Joe Hendry is feuding with in TNA right now?
No.
Josh Alexander.
Oh, fun. Okay, continue.
So suppose possibly that Josh interferes in the match and helps Ethan win, and that builds to a potential North reunion on NXT against Trick and Joe.
Don't tease me with a good time, jackass.
I think AJ might have popped. I may have popped AJ with this too
if he's still awake. I don't know how much
he's still awake.
I don't know how much he's had to drink today. So
so I'm changing my pick. I want that to happen.
Okay. Okay.
Ethan Page with the Alexander assist.
I need to watch it because I want to see where Sean Spears is kind of in this whole thing too. Because he's kind of been snooping around that whole area. So
yeah.
I don't know. I need to get caught up, and I need to get caught up quick. But that's not going to happen because how about we tell everybody what's going on the rest of this week? Yeah, you popped AJ. He's still awake.
Yep. Well, he was asleep when he woke up when he heard the North.
He did. I'm sure he probably did. Or he's gaming. One of the two.
Could be. Or cat wrestling. Who knows?
Yeah, he might be cat wrestling.
Maybe he had to give secret treats to Sammy.
Yeah, if Turbo got those treats earlier, probably had to.
Yeah. All right, continue.
Oh, I was telling you to go ahead and say what we got coming up the rest of the week because
yes.
we only have one more thing left as far as I know.
Yes, you are
and
right. So, all right. So tomorrow we will be joined by Thursday Night Throwdown star Bradley on the 0-1 shootout. And then Thursday, we will be doing a Facebook Live watch-along. Day drinking and gaming all day. Don't mind me. I'm beheading Anglo-Saxons on Valhalla right now. Okay.
Have fun.
I hope he means on a video game.
Sure.
Yeah. But Thursday, we will be doing our Facebook Live watch-along SummerSlam 92.
Our special birthday edition.
Yes. I got to pick because it's 32 years to the day of that show. And some pretty nifty matches. Money Inc. and the Road Warriors. You got Martel and Shawn Michaels. You got Brett and Davey Boy. Macho and Warrior. Taker and Kamala.
So I have a suggestion, Kamala. I have a suggestion. If you want to, I know. You should take. So after tomorrow night, you will have seen all of your birthday wishes.
Okay.
So then I think you need to pick out like four or five, like your 4 or 5 favorite, and we'll replay them again on Thursday. But one of them has to be Jordan Perry because that's my favorite.
Fine. Oh, that.
And everybody has kept them under a minute.
Yes.
So they're all under a minute.
No, not true. Jeremy Hamilton was a little over, but
that's right.
He was over to the moon. So
I was gonna say he put you over to the moon. So And I love how everybody's calling me Mindy and not Minders, which is
I know,
starting to get a little obnoxious, but that's okay.
You say it like Ishii. Mindy.
Mm-mm. You get the... Yeah, you just caught it, didn't you? You just realized what my last name initial is, didn't you?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
I'm gonna make signs for all around the front row. It says Mindy, then E.
All the yeah. That was what I was in grade school, is Mindy E, because we had two Mindys.
Oh, that's the worst. We have two people with the same name.
Oh no. You want Mindy E and Mindy P. Did I get it? Oh, damn it. I was like, I'm going to hurry up and say this because he hasn't heard it before. Maybe we'll get a spit take.
All right. Well,
But yeah, so it was Mindy E and Mindy P.
All right. Well, all right, Mindy E. Let's
stop it. It's Minderz. Get it right.
All right. That's what it says on the window.
Uh-huh.
All right. So before we go, we got to talk about Minderz, the passing of Sid Vicious.
Yeah.
Psycho Sid Justice. However you remember him, he'll always be Sid Vicious to me.
He'll always be Psycho Sid to me.
Okay. But yeah, he passed away yesterday, confirmed by his son on Facebook.
Which shocked all of us because we didn't even realize he had cancer.
Nobody knew he was sick.
No.
Even DDP didn't even know he was sick.
Yeah. So it
yeah,
threw...
total out of the blue.
Although with the current situation I'm having in my regular life, I can kind of get it. So
yeah.
It took 2 weeks. So
yeah. So Sid was always kind of a polarizing personality back in the day. It was kind of controversial. I always kind of had a sore spot because of the whole Arn Anderson situation. But I always liked his work for the most part. Maybe not when he powerbombed Pillman in the War Games cage because he got his head tangled up in the roof. But he looked awesome. He had a really cool visual because he was so tall and he was built like a brick shit house.
He still has the worst moment of WCW.
Yeah.
I can't watch it.
I don't look at it.
I can't do it.
Yeah, and as a guy that's had a compound fracture in his leg, I can relate. So it just brings back memories. So I avoid it. If I even see a thumbnail on social media of somebody sharing it, I just scroll right past it. I can't do it. I won't.
But yeah, but nah, Sid,
fucking Russo.
Yeah, but no, I think I remember Sid most time. Him and Diesel, wasn't it? He was
Sean's bodyguard.
Yeah, he took over as being Sean's bodyguard,
and then he turned on Sean, and then started running with Diesel for the world title.
Yep. That's probably where I remember most of Sid, but
most of what I remember from him is from the Psycho Sid days, but I really liked his last run of WCW. His promos left something to be desired there. As
and
AJ just commented.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'm twice the man that you are, and I have half the brain you do.
Yeah,
you didn't think that one completely through, did you?
No. In hindsight, going back and watching his career, I think my favorite run he had was actually his ECW stuff, and like for that little bit in 1999.
Yeah.
He would just show up wearing jeans and a vest and just power bomb the crap out of people.
As he should. I mean, that's what he should have been doing.
If you haven't seen Sid Vicious powerbomb Spike Dudley, you have not seen a good yeeting.
Now wait a minute. I've seen a pretty good.
We've seen some good yeetings, but anything with either Sid Vicious or Mike Awesome throwing Spike around is good watching. Sid has my favorite choke slam. He never bothered with the other hand. He would just yank you up in the air. He did the jelly roll choke slam.
Yeah.
But Sid will be missed. I think the last thing we saw of him was 2015. He showed up on Powerbomb Heath Slater on Raw, during Legends Month or something.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
apparently he was really enjoying spending time with the grandkids and enjoying his family the last several years, which is awesome.
And softball.
And softball, sure. Uh, but yeah, so we wanted to take a few minutes and talk about Sid, and we're going to get out of here. But on our way out, we are going to throw up the 10 bells for Sid because I meant to do it at the beginning, but I put the wrong graphic up. That's on me. I was having a long day.
He was having a bad day. Is this
I was
how we're
having a-
doing it tomorrow night too?
No, we won't do the 10 bells tomorrow. We'll,
No, I meant is this how we're doing the show tomorrow with you on your
if I can't get this stupid thing to work, yeah.
Yes.
But hey,
We can see
once we got it figured out, it wasn't too bad.
No. We actually were able to get it situated. Just took us 10 minutes to figure it out.
Right, which happens.
Well, actually half hour, but
Yeah, because it was a little bit before 6 o'clock when we
Yeah.
started getting this. Okay, well, Minderz, let's get out of here. Like we said, join us tomorrow on the 0-1 Shootout. We'll be joined by Bradley. Thursday, of course, to watch along on Facebook. And yeah, until next time, for Minderz, this is Reb. And thank you to Oliver Cain, by the way.
yes.
That was a fun interview.
The 5'7" from heaven, aka king of the card subject to change.
Yes. All right, so until next time, for Minderz, this is Reb. Reminding you all, life is hard, work stiff. We'll see you guys next time.
Thanks, guys.